Don't get your finger caught.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to STS Shooting the Shit. I'm Kathy Smithy. And in the studio today, we have Russ McGuffey.
Hey.
And we have the voice in our head, Kevin Williams.
Hello.
We have Scott Jones in the studio. And we also have the Allens. The episode that we've been waiting for. The great Rebutttal to Billy's. The Buttle.
To Billy's.
To Billy's.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. That's right. So we have Melissa Allen. Y'all know MK. And we have Billy Allen. Woo.
He obviously is not going to be able to talk
Yeah,
tonight.
he's not talking. He's tied up. He's hog-tied. Thank y'all
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for coming on.
Ouch.
Ow, motherfucker.
Here we go.
For mature audiences, people.
This is going to be rated
There's
R.
going to be some F-bombs. And
No.
if you want to untie him, you can, but it's okay if you don't.
No, I like him like that.
Oh,
Yankee.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, this ain't her first fucking tie-up, I can tell you.
it's not our first rodeo.
No, not at all.
Thank y'all so much for being on. We appreciate it so much. Billy, we thank you for enduring. You knew what you were going to have to endure tonight. So we appreciate you being here.
Well, much like I told my daughter Hannah in the last episode I was in, I said, Hannah, you deserve every fucking bit of this. And I feel like that's exactly where I am right now.
Yes.
I deserve every bit of this.
Man, your aunt and uncle contacted me about that episode. I'm just saying.
Really?
All
Was
through
that
the
like,
family.
was that 6 weeks ago when they asked you to look at a tree?
It was.
Oh.
Getting to the, yeah, I'm getting around to that. Sorry, I'm so busy. I might be good at it.
Well, you're still walking and you still got all your fingers, so you evidently you're
That's
okay.
right.
Right.
Okay, well, now this is Melissa's show.
It's okay.
Don't steal the show, Billy. Damn it.
Y'all keep asking me shit.
Billy, that's what you do. You just steal
Maybe
it all the time.
We should
I'll
break
tell
out
you
the
what I
tape
stole.
again.
I'm thinking we may have to put the tape back on.
I'll tell you what I stole, honey.
What'd you steal?
Your purity.
Baby, I got news for you.
Oh, shit.
Do tell.
Oh, my God. Why are you-
Buckle up, people. Buckle up.
Billy, why are you changing colors?
I knew I was reading an article in a yellow newspaper.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Ah, shit, I done already
Kevin,
messed
do
up.
you
I
do
can
you
tell
have some
right now.
boxing gloves in there? We can, because I think the blood's going to be flying.
I do not.
There won't be blows to a head tonight, I
I
can
may have
assure
some
you.
whips.
Too bad
No.
for you,
I may have some whips.
Chains.
jokers.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to shut up right quick.
Melissa,
Yes, sir.
tell us.
It's your show, baby.
It's yours. It's all yours
Tell,
right now.
tell you what.
I'm fucking sorry, baby.
As you should be. Yes, Kevin?
No, I just want you to just lay into him now. You've got a lot that you need to rebut.
So I really don't. I mean, he was pretty honest with you guys. I just said he left a bunch of stuff out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But he was honest. He embellished a little bit. He told some things wrong. So where were we before the show? What did I say we would save for the show?
Yeah, we would save it.
And we said, don't forget. Well, I've
We
forgotten.
said, wait, okay, can I speak?
Just
Of
jog our
course you can
memory.
Okay, I
You
mean,
say
like-
Mother May I every
Mother
time
may
you
I,
need
yeah,
to
can,
talk.
hey,
Oh, don't
honey,
call me
may I
mama.
say something? Right.
I call you daddy. You don't call me mama.
So that's true. So the story was, or the question that everybody has posed is, how in the hell did you get Melissa? So in
we're still
my
wondering.
mind, yeah, everybody's still wondering. In my mind, she was pursuing me. Now,
Right.
the
now we
story
know.
goes as I was approached about being an exclusive BB's band.
I'm going to interrupt right now.
Already.
You're telling it wrong.
I did my job right
All right.
there.
Yeah,
That was a segue.
That was the segue, exactly.
So
excellent.
okay, so yeah, he does like to say that I pursued him, which is an absolute ball face lie. So he, in fact, pursued me. We were introduced by a mutual friend, which he told you.
Yeah.
We were introduced at a musician's Christmas party. All of that's fine. We go through, my calendar is booked. That's how I booked my bands. My year was full. I didn't have Hurricane on my books, though, but we'll circle back to that later.
That's a political statement.
I get beat up all the time about that. It's okay.
So I was full. And Billy continued to call. So we shut down for COVID. And then I said, screw it. We're opening back up.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to make money. My musicians, my people.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So he continued to call.
No. I got to stop you right here.
That is not true.
No, it is true.
Okay.
It's true.
All
it's
right.
true.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But we got to get this shit straight.
Okay.
Okay. So I was not in the scene, had never played a single place in my life other than open jam at BB's. Our mutual friend who was in the band at that particular time introduced me to Melissa, and we played the Christmas party, and we got a date to play BB's like 2 months later. This was in December of 19. And so we got a date for February of 2020.
That's all I had.
Before COVID hit. Okay, so
I gave you all I had. I'm still giving you all I fucking got.
I understand that. But this was before COVID happened, or before COVID shut everything down. So we actually played BB's before COVID shut down.
Okay.
So that because like, you know.
So they played BB's.
To keep
Correct.
the
We
timeline
opened
correct.
for Def Legend.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you remember that?
Vaguely. I must have been drunk. Anyway.
You should have been.
Okay. So he plays the one date that he says he played that I don't recall. But anyway.
It's February 20th. I remember.
I do remember that
I remember
date.
the first time I got to do things for you.
Nah.
Yeah, you described that in detail for us last
I
time.
did, but
Yes,
now,
you did.
Yeah, now I've got points.
So anyway, okay, after that date, then Billy continued to call. He would come by and check on us. I went rogue after we opened back up. I was like, we're still having music. We're doing it my way. So he was very kind, and that he would come by and check, and he was persistent. I don't care what you say, you were persistent. So he comes and once every week, buys a beer, drops a 20 in the tip jar. He keeps calling me. I'm like, I don't have anything. One night I called him in October, and I said, hey, you want to be a hero? And he said, what you got? I said, I need a band. Because Shatterframe canceled because Monkey's got COVID. And by the way, so does half my bar now because Monkey spread it around.
I thought Eric did that.
And so anyway, he comes and he plays. And I will be honest and say that I was absolutely taken by his personality on stage and his voice. And I stood back in the corner where everybody knows that I had this little table, and that's where I would sit, and I could see everything, but I could especially see my musician babies doing their thing. And I stood there, and in like the middle of the set, he went, fuck the fair. And I
Because
was
it was
like,
fair time, obviously.
the fair was going on, and we had a packed house, and here's E9, and they are entertaining the whole room, and it was full. And I was like, okay, so he's ballsy. He's up there saying some Bill Kirksey shit because that was my daddy.
That's right.
Hey, like he just said, fuck the fair. Like, we don't care. We're doing what we got to do right here. And I knew right then, I was like, I want him to be mine. At that time, I didn't mean,
Everybody take note.
That's when it happened.
Everybody take
No.
note. I mean, I understand the context, but
No.
let's just say that right now there is some subliminal shit going on in her head.
No, there's not. I'm being honest about exactly what it was. And he and I will argue about this until the day one of us dies. So I was like, I want him to be mine, meaning my band, be
Right.
exclusive with me. So I approached him after that. And I said, I'd like to talk with you. He shows up with his little calendar, and I had my calendar, and
Cute.
we're doing the whole business thing. And I said, so here's how this will go. If you would like to just play at BB's, I'd like to help you guys reach the masses. You don't know what buyers are in the room. You can get whatever you can get out of here. At that time, BB's was banging. It was good.
Loved it.
And thank you. And so he says, well, let me talk. And he had invited, we got to have an episode and say Clayton Pell's name because, of course, he's never been mentioned on Shooting the Shit podcast. Right?
Never.
Okay. So.
And he's not going to tonight.
So Clayton is there because he's a part of everything, including this podcast, whether he shows up for it or not.
But he's too scared to get on camera.
I think y'all need to get him here. It could happen. We'll
make it
try
happen.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that said, I said, y'all mull it over. Here's the rate that I will pay you to be mine. Later in the conversation, I said, Billy has a nice range. He has a great range, and he's 80s.
Vocally.
And
What are the kind of range are you thinking?
exactly.
I want to make sure
Really want to know?
there's nobody else
talking
thinking
length?
it's a different kind of range. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's what I had a feeling.
Yeah. I'm a half an octave, maybe.
So I love the Bullet Boys. So I love Smooth Up in Ya.
Yeah.
One of my all-time
girls do.
favorites. Okay. Right. So I'm like, have you ever thought about doing Smooth Up in Ya? What about Damn Yankees? Come again?
Oh, yeah.
What was the other one?
I want to play those songs.
All right. So
Please do.
I had.
What was the other one?
I'm
though?
going to tell you what it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
I had a list of things that we were going to work on for the coming year. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of what we're moving to. Here's some of the stuff that we're looking at. Those are great. But here, I'd like to see you do a few of these. How about slide it in?
There's a theme going
She
here.
says, how about slide it in? And
Right.
I'm like, okay.
I can
She
see
said,
where your mind's
and how
going with
about,
this.
how about,
Of course, but
how about-
I didn't know his mind at this time.
And she
Russ,
says-
you got to understand. And
Russ.
I had my glasses on the end of my nose. I was being
She was
completely.
all
but
business.
Russ,
I
there
really
are
was.
3 songs
Have you
she
s-
suggests.
Have you seen the Hot for Teacher video? And all
Yes.
Let him
Since you
finish.
Slide
Russ.
it in. Slide it in.
Right to the top.
Smooth up in you. And come again.
that? I'm sorry.
Those are the 3 suggestions I get.
I got to take his side
For
on this
songs.
one. I would have been thinking
The
the same
80s,
thing.
man.
Correct.
The
Correct.
80s. But you're a man.
Correct.
And
Correct.
look,
Correct.
I promise.
Erect. Yeah.
13-year-old boys.
My head wasn't even there
No, I
at all. But he swears. He swears that
Subliminal
was me coming
shit's going
him.
on. I'm telling you.
She's flirting.
She says, I want you to be mine. And then
I
here's
never
your 3 songs. That's what, I mean, that's subliminal shit.
Billy,
I'm just telling
I'm
you
with
right now.
I'm with you on this.
There's
all the
no
way.
doubt.
Russell,
No doubt.
did I really call and invite you so you could jump on his side?
I mean, for all
I got
I
your
knew,
back, Melissa.
You are shut. Thank you, Kev. Thank you.
for all I knew, when I walked in the room, that thing fluttered like a hummingbird. I don't know. I mean, just like
Maybe.
maybe.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps.
So anyway, that's kind of
Don't
how
do that no more,
happened.
does it?
And he thought so. He goes and he tells his 73-year-old drummer.
He was 68 at the time. Yeah, that was a discussion last time that I didn't clarify correctly. He was not 70 when we started. He was like 67 when we started.
Yeah, but you kept calling him a motherfucker.
But he is still a motherfucker to this day. Don't get me wrong. I still mean it. Les Beasley. Beasley. Les Beasley.
Is he still playing?
No, he playing with himself.
Are you sure he wasn't 69?
At one point he was. I mean, you got to you got to make it to 69 before you make it to 70.
Are you sure he didn't skip
fairly
that?
certain.
right.
That's pretty impressive that he was playing though.
Oh, and he's
look,
a badass.
that dude, when he got behind a drum kit, was 30 years old every single time. It didn't matter. That son of a bitch could play his ass off as long as he enjoyed it. If he didn't enjoy it, he wasn't going to do it.
And truly, I would stand back and watch him, and just to see the joy on his face when he was playing, it just made you feel good.
That is
You got to do that for
great,
your
yeah.
elders.
Well,
No, but I mean, when
He-
you see the joy, though,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, no,
it
for
was
real.
it was
Yeah, he
pretty
was-
incredible.
he
It
was
always made
phenomenal.
me feel good. So he
Well-
goes and he tells his drummer what?
I told him what was suggested, and he had the same impression I did. He said,
How could he not?
Again,
he
wants
said,
you.
It's a man.
He said, looks like you're going to have to take one for the team.
Take one for the team. Wow.
I said, yeah, it looks like I am. He said, look, I've been in this music scene for a long time. He said, if you get to sleep with a barmaid, you're doing really, really well. But damn, son, the bar owner?
Yeah, she's the boss.
Said, I was just trying to get you playing somewhere. now you're screwing the establishment owner. I'm like,
No,
thanks.
no,
for the
you
coaching.
weren't then.
No, I wasn't then. But I mean, as far as we were convinced, that was pretty much the next logical step.
And you were awfully presumptuous, Mr. Allen, because I meant nothing of the sort.
Well, I mean, you should have been much more clear.
I was. This is what I want you to sing.
Do y'all both have
That's
some
not what
separate
you
attorneys?
said. That's not what you said. No, we represent ourselves. Just
I'm just thinking you may need an
Which
attorney
is
after
why
the show.
neither one of us will win in anything. Mm-mm. No.
So anyway, that's kind of how that began.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, outside we were talking about, you were telling us how y'all went out on your first date or how he asked you out on your first date. That's what it was.
So Billy likes to think that it was a particular evening until the sun came up. That's how he won me over, which is not true. He had me. He had
Something to do with some blackout curtains.
he had me before that. So it was very sweet. He called one day, middle of the day. I want to take you to lunch, and I said, "You do?" I said, "Well, is this business or is this personal? Because I don't date musicians, and I sure as hell wouldn't date a musician that plays for me." He said, "Well, lucky for both of us.
He's-
I am a golf professional and a performer."
Don't know shit about music.
And I started laughing my ass off, and I pulled the phone away from my ear, and I said, when would you like to go, and where would you like for me to meet you? So I knew then he had,
Glad he
again,
didn't say Motel 6 or
that-
something.
it would have been a hard no for me, Kev.
Yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
And look, you stay right there on your train of thought. But now that I've been with her for as many years as I have, now I know that phone got pulled away and it was this motherfucker. Yeah, exactly right here. Yeah. It was not nearly as eloquent as what she's portraying at this point. I know exactly how it looked now.
And you're probably right. Because, I don't know, it was a game. It was like, oh, really? He's a performer. Well, let us just see. We saw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you did. Yeah. My oral surgeon saw after that, too.
I don't recall having held your head anywhere. That was
Not with your hands. Your thymus. Wow. Like putting an oxygen mask on a child. Just. But it's your turn, babe. I'm sorry.
I got nothing after that.
You're going to have to pick your game up a little bit. If you're going to be on this thing right here, you're going to have to pick your shit up a little bit to another level.
Yeah, we have high standards here.
This is bullshit 101, babe.
got it.
You got it.
I got it.
So, that's just the way I did it. And that's the way I perceived it. I'm pretty sure that's the way it happened.
So date number 2 was how long afterwards?
No, that was it. No. Date number 2 started at McBee's.
It wasn't a date.
It wasn't a date. We were
Oh, it was
playing.
still business.
We were playing were playing McBee's, and she and the rest of the BB's crew showed up at McBee's. And then we ended up leaving there and going to BB's. We shut BB's down and ended up in the parking lot at BB's, making out. I left
That's
to go
not
one
true.
way.
Wait. You left out a part.
Shit.
Oh.
What?
He sat on the curb and lied. He said I made him want to be a better person. So
I didn't
then-
lie.
Well,
Ain't nobody lied.
I believed it. And then we went to the parking lot.
Look, just
And we
because
didn't really make out.
just because it didn't happen, that I became a better person, don't mean that's not what I secretly wanted. I mean, like, I thought about
It
it.
was
Like,
a lie.
she's such a
It was
good
a
person.
lie.
Like, everybody loves her, and she just goes out of her way for everybody else. It's a very honorable thing. I want to be just like that. And it was inspiring. But then I
You
realized
wanted
that
in my panties.
I realized that my nature was not anywhere of the sort.
Billy
like
was looking to score.
I mean, I'm not one of those people that was put on this earth to improve humanity. I was not. I was put on this earth to expose the weakness of other humans. So, I mean, that's what I do. Yeah, like, I mean, that's just me. I'm sorry. You're not going to get any kind of positivity from me at all. I mean,
Are you sure?
I'm positive. That's the only positive you're going to get. That's the only positive you're going to get. That one right there. Other than that, it's all negative. I'm just here to drag you down with me. And I'm fairly certain that that's what I've done. Because now every time she's like, she looks at the phone. She used to answer the phone when I was first with her. She'd be like, oh, look who's calling. And now it's, fuck. I ain't doing it. I ain't talking to this person. I ain't doing it. You know I'm not lying either. You can't say shit no more. I might have said some bullshit before, but this ain't bullshit. Now you ain't got no energy for nobody else because I have drained it out of you.
That is true. That is true.
Yep.
Till death do us part.
To death do us part.
Yes.
And I have to say it every about once every 2 or 3 days. I have to say it. I just have to wake her up and have to kiss her on the forehead and just be like,
You fucked up.
good morning, baby. I'm fucking sorry. I'm fucking sorry I did this to you. What do you mean? I'm sorry I made you like me. Because it's the same. It's the deal. Like, it was the whole scientific experiment. You put one bad influence in a room full of like 18 good experiences and, and positive things. And after a while, they just start dominoing down. And then everybody's shit at the end.
Kind of like
of
a
it.
yawn. Somebody yawns. And
Exactly. Well, I mean, I've given her a shit yawn, and now she's shitty just like me.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I don't think she's
It's
shitty.
not.
Well, I ain't done with her yet, Kevin.
Thank God.
How long y'all been married now?
Oh, shit, I'll be a year October 7th.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how I know it's October 7th? Because when we do some shit, the world ends. Goddamn. Israel gets attacked, and that's,
Are y'all going to fly to another country for your
we're going to
anniversary?
Israel. We're going to Israel this year. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Gaza. We're going to even the score this year. We're going to just vacation to Gaza. I think.
Go ahead and get it over with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, y'all didn't know we was coming this year.
They have horses.
We're going to spread
and-
the peace.
They got horses. Yeah, you can ride horses in fucking Gaza. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't speak Hebrew either, babe. We'll be just fine. Don't worry. That's about as good as I can do. I don't know what the fuck that meant, but they're gonna bring us something. I can assure you. You wanted every bit of this. It's supposed to be your turn. Why the fuck am I talking? Why the fuck am I talking the whole time? You just looking at me like I'm fucking stupid. Because I am. Okay, well, so, like, for real, though, say something, like, that's meaningful. Because I don't feel like again, I don't have anything meaningful to offer the world. I think I married you for that.
But you just said you took me, like, to the bottom.
I have, but I didn't think you was that fucking weak. Like, I thought you was a little more buoyant than that. Like, I thought it was going to be like Jaws. You had to fire like 6 barrels in him to just hold him back up. I didn't think he'd be able to take you down that easy.
Baby, we needed a bigger boat.
We needed a bigger fucking boat, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
We
what
did
we
in the
needed.
Dominican, I can assure you that. Fuck, man.
Is that the one you got sick on?
That's the one I got sick on because I hit my head on the goddamn wall.
Oh,
when the
my
guy
gosh.
when the guy took a hard left. I didn't know you could take a hard left in the ocean like that, but apparently you can.
Melissa, did you get sick on that?
I did not because I laid down in Billy's lap. When he got back, I did. I just laid down the whole time. I did not get sick. So yeah, there was that. That was fun. Did you tell him about our tour guide, Sabina?
No. No.
Sabina.
Her name was Sabina, and she was actually the girlfriend of the gentleman that rented us the condo.
Mm-hmm.
And she was from Serbia.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, she was originally Serbian.
Yes.
Sabina.
Sabina from Serbia,
Say that 10 times fast.
right? And she smoked cigars.
Oh, wow.
Oh, did she have a deep voice?
No. This is
I
funny
am
as hell.
Sabino.
So she asked me, does Beanie smoke cigars? And I
Yeah.
said, see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I get him a cigar.
Yeah,
She
she-
was just, and tequila, she wanted to greet us and welcome us. It was the sweetest thing.
yeah.
So now understand that I own a convenience store in South Mississippi. We sling a lot of vices, beer, tobacco, right?
You do
Lottery
own-
tickets.
Wait, are you saying you do on a
Yeah, she
I do.
does. It's a
Really?
drive through.
I do.
Yeah.
So
Can't go
in
in.
a
No.
drive-through convenience store,
Drive through.
Yeah.
and
That's
you can get anything you want?
You can get a check
Well, I
cash,
mean,
or you can get
can't
anything
get
else.
any-
You can get lottery
There's a
tickets.
few things you can't
Well,
get.
yeah.
No, you can't.
you
You
can
get
get
lottery, you get
Dynamite,
beer,
stuff like
tobacco,
That might be illegal.
Yeah, some things don't-
condoms,
yeah.
chapstick.
Yeah.
You
What
know-
size do you need?
Li-
Extra large.
Shit, give me a fucking rubber glove. I can use it 5 times.
So we, in that market, we sell a lot of black and milds. I could get Billy all the black and milds he wanted. Just, okay. But she says, does Billy smoke cigars? Yes, he does.
Then we in the Dominican. Like,
And
this
we're in
is,
the Dominican.
Yeah, this is.
they've got some serious cigar
Yeah.
shit going on over
They
there.
got
right?
8-year-olds rolling this shit somewhere.
Yeah,
Like,
somewhere. So she shows up and she's all happy. We've never laid eyes on this person. And she brings in, liquor. And then she says, I brought you a cigar. She pulls it out of her bag.
It's a Swisher.
Swisher
fucking-
sweet.
It's a fucking Swisher Sweet with a plastic air tip on it. Like,
Billy said, thank you.
fucking hey.
Yeah, I've actually had some of them.
Yeah, I mean,
In
it's,
days past.
it's been 25 years since I've had one, but no
They
shit.
weren't bad.
No.
So-
No, but it was not quite the handcrafted
It
Arturian
wasn't a
that I
Cuban.
thought. Yeah,
That you were
yeah,
expecting.
yeah. It wasn't quite what I expected. I mean, like I thought this motherfucker would have gold dust and shit all over it. No. Just tear the little plastic top off and just have at it.
Smoke it like a cigarette.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it was the fucking Dominican.
Sabina took care of y'all though.
Yeah, she did.
She did. She squeezed fresh juice.
Oh wow.
I got to make the juice for you. I promised you the juice.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds funny.
they
She
had,
put a whole entire bag of fucking sugar in that stuff. Did she not?
Yeah. If you thought you'd seen Kool-Aid made when you was a kid, this wasn't nothing like that. No.
It was amazing, beautiful fruits. I
She
mean,
said it
fruits
get-
I've never even seen.
It'd give you energy. I'm like,
That sugar
okay.
popped up on
It
sugar.
had like, I don't know, a quart of water, if that, maybe a pint of water. The rest was fruit juice and then an entire bag of, I don't know, of
That was
sugar.
like some
It was,
southern tea.
it was papaya
Yeah,
and dragon fruit and all kind of
It was
kiwi.
already
Yeah, it's-
beautiful fruits.
Yeah, it's beautiful fruit.
I mean,
I mean, she spent 35 minutes cutting this fruit up and putting it in there and then like just opened a 5-pound bag of sugar and went,
and probably spent $35 on it, on the fruit,
Right.
and Billy and I,
which was
our last-
67,000 American. I mean,
Right,
67,000 of pesos. Whatever the fuck
Dominican.
it was.
Yeah, so we poured it all out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we stopped up the
Drink
sink. You ever poured candle wax down the sink? I'm pretty sure this did the same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did the same thing. Don't look at me. It's a show.
Why would you pour candle wax down the sink?
I don't.
You know,
like
I had a
those-
buddy in college that did that shit. He was like, he took all these old candles that had pretty much all burnt out, and he decided he's going to make one big candle. So he put them in a pot and stuck them on the stove, melted them all down, took the wicks out, put a new wick in, and all that, and put the candle in a jar, and whatever the fuck he did. And then all the excess, he's just like, well, fuck, I just pour it down the drain. Every toilet in the house about 2 days later was backed up.
I
Shit
bet.
was just coming out everywhere. The plumber was in there and he's like, oh fuck, I got this snake. He's just cranking on this snake. Just I mean, sweat just pouring down his face. And that motherfucker's coming out and he's like, what in the fuck is this? And he's just cranking again. He's like, did somebody pour some candle wax down the goddamn sink? My buddy's like,
That is an awesome idea.
it
Thank
was
you
an
for that.
awesome idea. Yeah. But I mean, it don't need to be your sink
No.
or your wife's sink.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, because I'm fairly certain that was yours too. Or yours is hers, one of the two. Yeah. They're two in the same of some sort. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know how your legal shit goes, but in my house, they're my wife's sinks.
Right.
All of them.
It always is.
Every fucking one, except the one in the garage. She don't like that one.
It's a bathroom sink.
In the garage. I'm
in
going to
the
put a shitter
garage.
in there, too.
I mean,
You just
okay.
wait.
No walls.
No walls.
There you go.
Well, there are 4 walls. I mean, they just spaced
but you
well
have
apart.
You have
That'd be a big bathroom.
a lot of shit space.
Uh-huh.
There you go. You can put a fart fan in
If
there
it gets
too?
too hot, I'll just open the door. Just
Garage door?
yeah.
That's the most grating sound I've ever heard.
I know, right?
God,
I mean, but
can't
like,
stand it.
So wait a minute. You're going to have a garage door that opens up that you can display your
While he's sitting on the
while,
throne.
while you're
yeah.
while you're ruling all that you survey.
When I watch
Shitting
the
on your
neighbor's dog come and shit in my yard, we can be shitting together.
You're going to call him up and pet him while you're shitting.
I mean, if he'll come up there. I mean, I got no problem with that.
That's
like,
awesome.
I'm not bashful at all.
That is great. Why don't you just put the shitter in the front yard?
Well, I mean, then I got to run water out there.
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't? You just dig a hole? Just move it one day,
right.
1 week to
No,
the
you
next.
got to move it.
Wait, we had a toilet on the lawn.
We had 3 of them on the lawn.
Yeah, we did. We replaced them.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever use those?
What do you mean, did I ever use them? In the yard?
Yeah.
No, I just shit in the
You just wanna
grass.
Tell me about.
No. I got good grass, baby. I can shit in that stuff all day long.
That's why it's so pretty.
That's exactly right.
Is it greener where you drop one?
It afterwards.
Or browner.
Like, I mean, like for about 3 days, it might be a little yellered.
Yeller.
But then after that, it perks right on back up.
Right.
It's kind of like, I think it takes it through some evolutionary process.
Of course it does.
Yeah, it definitely, like, it makes it stronger. And so after that, I mean, it's like,
There you go.
yeah.
That's kind
You
of like
can't
when we
even
grew up-
weed eat that shit when it's done.
That's sort of like when we grew up as kids. I mean, we drank out of water hoses and played in the mud and all that stuff. And
I still drink out of the water hose.
yeah, I would if I needed to. But
We used to do that at football practice, and it always tasted different.
I
out of
was
that water
gonna.
hose.
It's nasty. It was hot. It's
Yeah.
warm,
Back in
and
them
it
days, it didn't
tastes
matter.
like
No, it didn't
No.
matter.
the water hose.
We didn't know if it was bad for you. Didn't really care either.
we didn't
so-
care. We
Nor
just
did
wanted
our
something to drink.
parents. My dad,
No.
like
Parents didn't
out
care.
at daylight, back in at dark, and
Exactly.
you can't come in. And if you're thirsty, you get it out of that hose.
Right, right.
Yeah, I mean,
That's probably what's wrong with me.
yeah, and that was
That's
like,
what's wrong with
and
all
him.
of us. That's right.
no, I mean, the what's wrong with me? I mean, like, for real, like,
Can we list all those ways?
no. I mean, like, I distinctly remember. All right, so like, my mother, when I was very young, and I don't have very much memory of this, but I mean, this was like the first year and a half of my life. My mother
I could,
loved to bounce me on her knee. Just absolutely
Brain
loved to
damage.
bounce me on her knee. But we had extremely low ceilings. I mean, that was what it was. It was like, it was about 3.5 feet.
your ceiling was 3.5 feet.
3.5 feet. Yeah. I mean, we
What,
were
you
a
like a
poor family.
dollhouse?
No, we were a poor family, Kev. I mean, I'm sorry that we didn't grow up like you did.
Oh, I promise
What,
you.
you crawled to the front door.
Like you might have had like half the space, but it was just a lot more space vertically than what I had. I had like 1,000 square feet, but it was only like 3 feet tall.
Now, how
So-
tall is your mother?
Well, I mean, she was
Did
she had to
bump her head?
learn to be pretty short.
So basically, everybody in
Had
the
to
household
learn.
crawled.
Yeah. I mean, like it was everybody. Like I come from a family with really strong legs because they had to like waddle their ass through the whole house. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
we
calling
had an oven.
bullshit.
We didn't have no stove. We had an oven because you couldn't put nothing on top of it because the fucking ceiling was in your way. But you could open it up and put some shit in the oven, but you couldn't put nothing on the stove. That's just the way it was. It was a hard life. I'm just going to tell you.
And so
Billy Allen.
your mom bounced you on her knee, and we had the low ceiling.
Yeah.
Must have
So
hit
it's like
you.
it was a lot of hit. Yeah. Yeah. And we had like, we had it wasn't the smooth, like it was like this ceiling right here. There wasn't no smooth ceiling
Popcorn.
back then. It was like, well, it's not really popcorn.
But that's what
That's- That's not really popcorn.
That's
It's-
Yeah,
stippling.
it's just a little
That's
texture.
stippling.
Yeah.
Sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to just tell you right now, that shit hurts. Yeah. Man, this shit don't feel good. So fortunately, like my hair came in and I was able to cover up some of the scarring. Like, I mean, like otherwise, if I was bald, it might look like, a freaking burn victim. I don't know. I mean, there's some damage up here.
So basically, what you're saying is your mom used to bounce you on her knee, and basically your head was hitting the ceiling.
Yes.
Consistently.
All right, that
And I'm
for
fairly
some
certain
reason-
she knew it.
It's for some reason. Do you remember at the fair? At the fair, when we were young, we used to get these. I think they call them clackers. They were like these two big marble ball kind of things with on a string, and you just did. Click, click,
Oh yeah.
That's what comes to mind when I think of you hitting your head on the seat.
Yeah, they call them Benoit balls now.
Benoit balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Benoit balls.
Yeah, you never had any Benoit balls?
Benoit balls?
Yeah, you just take those little balls and then you just rub them around and they rub them around like that. And they just
that how
kinda,
you do it?
They kind of vibrate a little bit. And then once you get them good and vibrated, you shove them in your ass and you walk around.
And then what?
And then
you pull them out.
Yeah, then you if you can get them out. It's just funny to watch you try to go get them after that.
Who gets them?
Well, I mean, whoever can get to them, I guess. I mean, if luckily I'm long armed, I can get to them pretty easy.
What do you do? Just jump up and down real hard or something, or what?
No, you just walk around and they kind of just vibrate it. And
No,
you're
to
like,
get 'em out.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Gives you some sensations. SIN-sations.
Now I know where my missing Benoit balls are.
I'm finally glad that we've gotten you to admit that you had them to begin with.
Okay, since we have a couple, we have a couple on the show. What's your favorite sex toy?
Benoit balls, apparently.
What's your favorite sex toy?
Well,
Mine is my wife. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, Kevin.
Yeah,
Good
Mine is my
answer.
wife.
Good answer.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know
Good
exactly what
answer.
you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Your turn, babe.
Y'all, don't forget my job.
My turn.
You ain't saying nothing, and we ain't said where you work either. So
Billy
you
took the show over.
We need some more. We need that tape.
Where you gonna
all
put
I
it
got.
this time? There's a roll of it right here somewhere.
Somewhere
The door. Do I have to answer? Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
No,
Yes.
No, you,
Yeah,
you
why
don't
not?
have to. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No,
Drum roll, please.
Shut up, Kathy.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
We signed a contract.
I
on
mean,
this
I'll
show.
just be honest. Like she can tell you whatever the hell she wants to. I'm pretty vanilla. Like I am. Like I don't need a whole lot to make me real happy. Like if you make good spaghetti, I can eat that fucking spaghetti every day from now until the day I die. You know, that's fine. You ain't got to put nothing else with it. That's fine. That spaghetti is perfect. And I'm just going to tell you. I've often thought this bitch was Italian.
So you thought I was Italian?
Well, I'm just saying. The reason that
blonde hair gives it away.
I've often thought you were
Exactly.
Italian is
And the nose.
because you have the best spaghetti ever, ever. I'll eat that shit every day for the rest of my life. Spaghetti.
How does that relate to lasagna?
Well, it's better than lasagna for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, have you ever tried like slurping lasagna up? That don't work too well. You get that shit all over your shirt. Spaghetti, you can just, it'll slap you in the
You'll
face
get
a little bit.
spaghetti on
Spaghetti you can get everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you're slurping.
But
it
it'll
flops
slap you in the
around.
face. Lasagna will slap you in the face. baby.
I hate eating spaghetti in public.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a while I did too. But
Probably for different reasons than Billy, but
yeah, I mean, you know, until you have the right recipe.
I kind of make a mess with it.
You gonna eat your garlic bread? Okay, so we had an interesting discussion the other evening, and it was about Adam and Eve.
I also have a video for this.
She's got a video for
You
this
got
too.
a video of Adam and Eve?
No. Well,
No.
I mean,
Are we talking about
A
the
video of their discussion.
Wait, we talking about the sexual Adam
No,
and Eve
no,
website?
No.
No.
This is like the real
toy store?
This was the real biblical Adam and
Okay,
Eve.
the biblical Adam and
Yep.
Eve.
Okay, so the discussion came up because she said something about being naked, and I don't do shit naked.
No.
Like, I don't do nothing naked. Like I
Nope.
don't sleep naked. I don't fucking walk around naked because my theory in life is if some shit break out, I want to be ready. And I'm just going to tell you, like, if some shit break out, me swinging what I got ain't going to intimidate nobody. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Hey, before you finish, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How do you spell naked?
Naked. Necket. Naked. That's how you spell it.
Okay,
Naked.
I'm just clarifying.
I understand. So we were naked. No, we weren't naked.
So
we were
we
talking
were-
about being naked.
Right. Because
So it-
I would be naked all the time.
So Melissa, to her credit, is a very, very devout Christian. May not always seem like it, but she really is. Like, she is very diehard in her beliefs. She wants to treat people the way that that she believes that Jesus would want you to treat them, and I admire every bit of that.
I remember her giving me a shot one night.
Unfortunately, I don't have all of that in me. Like, I have the desire to be that way, but I don't have the character to be that way. And I'm pretty sure that that's Jesus's plan too. So I think he needs people like me to make people like her look really, really good. So,
well, Jesus hung out with sinners.
He did.
That's right.
And boy, she got her a good one. So anyhow, somehow the conversation came up about Adam and Eve being naked in the Garden of Eden. Or firstly, it was Adam. So, like, we're thinking about Adam was created, and this is me just spouting bullshit. Just thinking about, like, what happened. Like, how did this go down? Like, Adam was not created as a child, as a baby. He didn't grow up. You know, like, all of a sudden, there he was. He was this grown-ass, naked man that was walking through the Garden of Eden.
But he didn't know any better.
He didn't know what shit was. I mean, like, oh, it's paradise. It's paradise. But did he know what paradise was? Like, did he walk through paradise and, like, what happened the first time he farted? What did he think? Like, what did he think? Like, all of a sudden, he just ripped
literally
one.
the conversation.
Yeah, this is literally the conversation. And I wasn't
But it's sort of
high.
like, does a bear shit in the woods?
I'm sure he laughed.
Did
Yeah,
he really
all men
fart?
do.
You know?
You would think, like, I'm like, what a mind fuck it would be.
I
like,
think it
for
probably
you
startled him at first.
to
And
not
then-
know. Like,
Sort of like my first orgasm.
as adults.
Yes, you know,
I was like,
exactly.
holy shit, what's
You
this
thought you
That's
broke
right.
it. You thought you broke it, and you thought you was gonna fucking die. That's exactly what happened. I did the same thing, and I've been trying to kill myself ever since. I'm just doing like, oh God. Now, like, but for real,
Scott.
poor Scott.
What's Scott doing? I can't see
He's
him.
laughing.
He's dying.
He's snotted in his beard over there.
I used to go to church with Scott.
Well, y'all ain't going no more, I can assure you. But, like, for real, like, so the first time Adam fucking farts, and, like, it just scares him. Like, he don't know what just happened. And then she's like, well, what happened what do you think he did with his first erection? I'm like, I think he followed around like a horse chasing a carrot. Like, is this where I'm supposed to walk? Like, you know, it's just pointing this way. I'm just going to look down and I'm just going to keep stepping until I get to the end of it. I mean, but, like, we just don't know.
We don't know.
But then, like, so.
It's a great conversation.
But then Eve.
I'm like, what about his heart on?
Yeah, so-
what happened?
So then it's like with Eve, like when Eve came along, Adam just woke up one day and there's fucking Eve. And anyway, they decide they're gonna live together and they're gonna do things together, whatever. And he's like picking fruit out of a tree and he's handing them to her, and she's like, okay, well, I mean, you know, how am I going to carry? And so she's like, well, how's she's going to carry this stuff? And I'm like, well, she's going to stuff them under her tits and all, and she's going to walk around and maybe one in her vag, and then, you know, maybe one in her ass. And then I start doing like, I'm doing this walk, like this little shimmy around the living room. Like, well, maybe it's like this. And then they decided they were going to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil because she was so fed up with not having a good way to carry shit that she's like, we got to eat this fruit because I got to know a better system. Like, this shit right here ain't cutting it. I mean, like,
But
this
also,
is
did he have a heart on
the whole time?
No, I'm saying
No.
before she was created.
Well, I'm sure he
Probably.
did because at that
Probably.
age,
Well,
I mean,
it
if
may
a
have been
good
morning
wind
wood.
blew,
Morning wood.
yeah.
Morning wood.
Yeah.
Morning wood.
Yeah. He woke up. Oh,
Or if
But
you reach,
sometimes you just got to use that.
or like, you know, if you're
Right.
like, and I don't
Can't
know,
let it go
like
to
it doesn't
waste.
tell you how old he was. Like, I mean, if it was like, if he was born and he was like 20, 22 or whatever, like I've tried to get something out of the cabinet, like the high cabinet when I was like 20. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, you kind of grind up on the lower countertop, you know, like, oh shit, you know, like this feels pretty good. And you start trying to hammer this son of a bitch while you're grabbing a cup out of the top of the cabinet.
you
know, you can't help
fucking
it.
the countertop.
Baby, let me tell you something. At 20, you
It was
will
wood.
fuck anything. Anything. Like, you can't help it. Like, it is literally crippling for a male. Like, y'all don't understand the plight. Just because y'all squeeze a child out of your vagina, you think that is the biggest pain that you can have. No, the biggest pain is not being able to have
blue
something
balls.
to jam this thing
that's
in
terrible, Kevin.
every time the urge hits. And this hand don't do it. I'm just going to tell you right now. This hand don't do it. I mean,
Not even the left hand.
I've had rheumatoid arthritis since I was 24 years old because I've kept a grip on this motherfucker right here. And it just does not do any good. I'm still fucking crazy.
I know
And you married me anyway.
I did.
What's that say about you?
that I'm fucking crazy.
You're fucking crazy. Yeah. Who is more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Ben Kenobi, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. It's your show. I'm sorry, babe.
But JD Vance likes a good sofa cushion.
That's what the kids are saying now.
So
But
what
I
about
can't
the
say-
warm
Let me tell you
apple
something. I'm gonna
cherry
tell you something.
pie? What about the pie? Do you ever stick it in a pie?
No, I didn't stick it in a
warm
pie, but
cherry pie?
I have taken a good pillow and like folded it in half,
Mm-hmm.
and then just drilled
You
at
angry
it.
fuck the pillow.
Oh fuck yeah!
Wait, are you still tied up?
No, just this
No,
one
just
hand.
one hand.
Just my jerk off hand.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, my
noticed
right
when you
hand's
raised your
good.
hand
Yeah,
up,
my
I
right-
saw a rope, and I'm like, he's still tied up.
I'm saving this for later, Kev. I'm just thinking, I appreciate
That's
y'all.
my rope, buddy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and we haven't watched it, by the way.
Nice, nice.
Is it crusty?
Does that one say A or B on it?
Kind of. I think it says both.
A, B?
A, B. Both ends. Shit. Wow. So anyway, I digress.
I'm glad Kim can't hear this.
But she will.
She will. Yeah.
She might.
He's in trouble, Kim. Mm-hmm. Oh, she said she knows.
So you anger banged the pillow.
Yes, I did.
Oh, we can't say the F word here.
Yes, you can.
I mean, he's
We
said
already
it.
have.
Yeah,
I
he's
say it all the
It's
fucking
okay.
time.
Well, when Russ said angry banged, I just thought maybe I was in trouble.
No, I mean, Angry Bang has more of a poetic ring to it.
You're right.
Yeah,
poetic.
That was
ring.
beautiful, Russ.
it does.
Thank you.
Yeah, Russ generally doesn't hold back. So.
And
No, I don't know.
you did that.
This is y'all's show.
No.
No.
The common denominator in all of the bullshit that has gone on in every single week out here is Russell McGuffey.
Not true.
No, not true. Because
Not
he's
true.
he's missed a couple episodes.
Yeah, I missed a
Did he?
couple.
Oh, that
it's
prick.
it's the green room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the green room gets them.
It's
Uh-huh.
the green room that gets him every time.
Yeah.
So we should circle back to Russ now.
What?
I think.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's your turn.
What did I
My
do?
my husband got to talk about him in the last show and how much he respects and admires Russ and his talent.
I did
That
what?
was so sweet.
I
did
heard
what?
it. Do you want
He
to?
doesn't remember that.
Oh, no, I remember it, but I don't remember meaning it.
Nah,
Of course
Maybe
not.
you didn't. I always tell him you don't mean any of the shit you say. All right, so, but truly, he does have a lot of respect for Russ's talent.
Oh,
I
thank you.
too was in love with the band Hurricane. Did
you
I
say
mention
what?
that I used to own a bar,
Oh, here
a
we
live
go.
music venue?
What bar would that be?
Here we go.
Right. Well, we won't talk about it anymore because I got
No.
tired and I sold it to somebody that messed it up. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
You need to revisit. You need to own another bar.
everybody says that.
of course they do.
But I'm gonna tell you.
Well,
and
you
I-
were the one that
okay,
treated
so we'll-
everybody well.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll get to that in a moment. But I begged Hurricane to play at my bar. Please, please, no, you don't understand. We have this relationship with Tony and Shuckers, and we're just going to play for him, which I got because
Yeah.
I had Billy and I had some other bands that, and by the way, Billy's band was the only band that I went after. The rest of them came to me. But anyway,
But do you know the torture
it was
that
because I wanted in his pants.
That's a,
So he thought.
thank you.
Then,
Thank you.
Hey, we're not
No,
holding
everybody
back at all
Not
knows.
now.
true.
Now
It's
we
not,
know.
but that's
Thank
not
God.
the case. That's not what it was.
So you're saying you're lying? You told me you would never tell
I
a
was
lie.
being facetious, and I won't, and I haven't.
Okay. But
But-
facetiousness counts. That's okay.
No. I was being sarcastic, babe, because you thought that I was coming on to you, and I promise.
I'm
in my
fairly
life,
certain I can
wasn't.
count all the times you came on to me.
Well, I mean, I came on to you after that, but that was not one of the times. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
Yeah,
the point is,
right
I'm trying
around
to
in
get
here.
Russell.
Right around in here. Alphabet.
I
A is for Alfred. B is for Bat.
I know what you're referring to.
I know what you do.
we all do.
That shit's funny.
Yeah, it is.
He wouldn't play for me. I respect him. I love him. And now ask him if he wishes he had played.
Of course we do.
See?
But you just don't know the hell that they gave me.
I do
You
know
better
that. I
not
do.
go play for the other fucking ball. The ball.
Oh, that's Tony Terranova right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, okay.
I know.
okay.
I know.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, it was just
As long as you know
but somebody
that I
forget-
wanted you bad.
I know, and we wanted
Not like that,
we
Billy.
wanted to-
Not like
we
that.
wanted to
Heard
play
those.
there.
Yeah.
We wanted to play there, but there was an opening that happened. I think somehow there was of course, it was after you had gone on to other things, but I think some of the schedule got messed up at Chuckers maybe a little
Yes.
bit, and then we're like, okay, we're free to go play wherever, and we did,
And they did.
yeah,
Yep.
and we did,
And I was there
yeah.
Yeah.
both times, McBee's and Black Axes.
No, but he would pull us to the side. Or me,
I
he
said
wouldn't pull
it.
anybody else to the side, but he would like, man, you better not go play any fucking balls. I'm here from the fucking balls to the fuck you, blah, 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 blah. I was like, hey, fine, whatever, so, you know what I'm talking about.
Tony,
We
I
all
said
know.
we all know.
Tony.
And I mean,
does he have an exclusive? Is he still doing an exclusive?
Tony's not at Chuckers anymore.
well,
No.
Not
He's-
Tony, but Terry.
he
No,
would
not
prefer it
really.
be that way, but no, I do believe that was more Tony. And truly, from a business perspective, it was smart. Because I'm going to tell you that I could not get any more asses in my bar than I did on the evenings when I had those that only played for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's smart. Did I agree with it? No. And particularly after COVID, there were a lot of
Right.
bands,
Mm-hmm.
full bands, and I can tell you that my competitors across the water were not letting full bands play right away. So
Right.
they're calling me, we want to play. And again, I decided my people have to make money. We're going to do this. And so they would call and say, hey, my guys need to make money. And I'd say, okay. You
So just
call over there and tell them and ask if it's okay, because I don't want to damage your relationship.
Right.
I don't want to damage my relationship. If they say it's okay, bring your asses and we'll put
Yeah.
on a hell of a
so
show.
when you had Kip Winger over there,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I just wanted to be a part of that. When you had Mike Tramp, I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean it was getting to me pretty bad that we couldn't do that.
Those were awesome nights.
I know they were, and man. So anyway, that's why you need to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to
All right,
have
so let's talk about how that happened, why that happened. I was tired. COVID beat my ass.
Yeah.
Okay. You worry about your people and look at them and tell them you've got to close and they can't earn money and
Right.
meet their obligations and feed their kids and not just that my employees, but my musicians.
Right.
And when I tell you it broke my heart, it broke my heart. And so it was hard. And I did all the things I could. I looked them all in the eye and said, I promise I'm going to do everything I can to take care of you guys. And I did that. And by God's grace, we opened back up. And then this bitch came into my life.
Yeah.
Way to go.
It truly is my fault.
I mean, honestly, because
It
I know
is.
Billy mentioned to you guys that I'd been in another relationship and that thing was like up and down and up and down. And I was trying to build a business. Then I was trying to run a business. Then I was trying to save a business from
Yeah.
a pandemic. And it was just hard. You cannot have a healthy relationship and be in that business and do it in what I believe to be the right way.
Right.
So enter Billy Allen. And he's FaceTiming me from my house at 8:30 at night. And he's in my bed. And hey, surprise. I'm like, shit, I got to go home. I got to go see him. You cannot. I cannot. Anyone that values their time or their person or you can't do that for a living. So I started to think like, this isn't going to work.
Right.
That other one didn't work. And it just wasn't right. Great person, good people, just wasn't right. but you know when God drops something in your face,
Yes.
when you're
I
not
did.
looking for it, you know that that's where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with this performer that invited me to lunch.
Everything happens for a reason.
And so I knew I had to make a change. And so I did. So there's not a day, Russell, that goes by that people don't say, we miss it, or please do it again. This has been almost 3 years. Every day, someone says that to me. I'm flattered. I'm humbled. I'm curious about what could be,
Right.
but I also know that this is where I belong.
Well, let me ask you this.
And this means more to me than anything.
Being that both of you are into music,
hmm
you think that could be?
How do you have a healthy relationship when you're up all night?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
And
You
you're with
know?
each other 24/7.
I'm
right.
fairly certain that our relationship thrived when we were both up all night, babe.
This is a different kind
Wonder
of
where,
being
wonder
up.
where we're
Oh.
going here.
Thank you.
a different kind of being
I'm
up.
so
Yeah.
sorry. I was in a totally different place.
And part of
Of
it,
course you are.
and part
Somebody
of,
got the tape in there?
I put it in the truck.
Russ, what were you going to say?
no, what I was going to say is like part of it's kind of for selfish reasons on my part, you know. Because
Well,
yeah.
you did so good at it.
Yeah.
And we wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we didn't get to, but we wanted to. But
We've talked about it, and I mean, and of course, she is way smarter than I am on that type of level. But it's just going to be in this environment. It would be really, really difficult to recapture that type of energy because
Yeah.
the people that frequent bars now are not.
It's a different
that way.
crowd.
It's a different
Absolutely.
crowd. So it's not that we're closed off to it. I know she's not closed off to it, but you have to try to find a place that can happen without trying to force it to happen.
Right.
Because, like I
It
said,
has
you just
to be organic.
Organic.
it does.
Exactly. That's what I was
It does.
thinking.
It was
Yeah.
extremely organic. Before, like I said, I didn't know her, and I mean, the first time that I went to BB's Live, it was for an open jam and just to look and see what was going on, and it was packed wall to wall. I never saw her a second of it. Of course, I wouldn't have known her if I did, but it was just wall to wall people on a Tuesday night, and
Yeah.
it was like that every week. And you can't do that now. I don't give a shit what open jam you go to now. There's nobody like that going in.
No, there's not.
but do you not think that they would? The same people are still around, right?
Yeah, but they're
But we're
not
all
doing
older,
they're,
too,
They're
and-
not doing what they used to.
Yeah.
No.
And
But is
I
that
mean-
because it's not there?
wait, I think
point.
part of it is it's not there, but you're relying on Melissa's energy to do that. And
Yeah.
at that time she had all of her energy in it. Now all of her energy is not in it.
Right.
Because not only does she not trust that people will come and people will do what you want them to do and support the way you want them to support, she's also got our life
Right.
that she's trying to get in position to where we don't have to worry about anything, or we've got the house in the shape that she would want it to be in for us, and she's trying to provide for me, even though I tell her she doesn't have to. I provided for myself plenty long time, but she is. I'm your goddamn wife. And I just wake up and I look over and I'm like, you know what? You are.
I'm not going to say it, as he said, I'm open to it, but I'm also, for 2 years, I've been, first of all, at a non-compete. Okay. Obviously, you have to do things like that when you sign something. And then I've been otherwise occupied for the last year
Way to go, Billy.
because the non-compete was done.
I didn't make her sign that motherfucker.
No,
How long is that non-compete for?
it was for.
It expired.
It's done now.
Okay.
And it's been done. And then I went to Pelican Cove and worked there for a year. So now I have the freedom to do something. I will tell you that we talk often about it because I always go home and say, Billy, someone said something again.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And
I'm gonna tell you the people, the musicians, the bands, they miss you having a place
Certainly.
because of the way we were treated. I mean, when Crow only played for you 2-3 times.
I think it was 3 or 4. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
was that many, but
No,
maybe
it was at
but-
least 3.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, like one of my favorite gigs was at BB's, and out
Thank
of
you.
my whole career of playing
Mhm.
was at BB's.
So let me back up and tell you that God just put the right people in the right
Yes.
place at the right time.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And that's how I always viewed that. Because I could tell you the places that my staff and I went together, and it was quite literally hell on some days, and then it was heaven on others. But to hear people describe it, and the way I always wanted it to be, and I told my people, I want to have something for everyone,
Mhm.
but my heart and my soul is music, period. And we've got to, I did everything I could to forge these relationships with
Right.
these artists. And the whole concept of BB's initially for me was a listening room, actually. That's what I wanted. I wanted a little tapas over here, some high-end drinks, martinis, and I wanted a listening room because
Classy.
I love to
Mhm.
hear stories. So I don't want to just hear your song. I want you to tell me where you were in life when you wrote that song and things like. But I realized that wasn't going to pay the bills.
Right.
Now, BB's was always a labor of love for me because I had another business. So I didn't really depend on BB's, all right, to meet my obligations. But I knew that wasn't going to do it for me or mainly the people that I employed. So when I started to see all of these musicians come in and I'm watching my staff love on them
Mhm.
and I'm watching them give them shots and cut up with them and joke. And then I see more musicians come in and all these artists are hanging out here every day
Yeah.
of the week. That's really what I wanted. I love the other people too, but I'm telling you, there are moments when I stood in that room and watched no egos,
Right.
no nothing, just the best talent this town had to offer, and some from out of town, jamming together on a
Yeah.
stage.
Mhm.
And
Because
that's why I liked it because there was like when we go play a place, there's kind of you have to stick by this and you have to play these songs and oh my God, you could have gotten we could have played Mr. Crowley over there and they'd have liked it
Yeah.
and I would have liked it too.
And there was such a great vibe. I went to 2 open mic nights while you were open, and it was just a great vibe. And there was always a crowd both times I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I want to say that nowadays the camaraderie between all the musicians is different than it was previously, and I think you BB's and you had something to do with the unity of the musicians.
I would agree
locally.
with that. Yeah.
Probably like a
hope
mini
we
town
did.
creek.
I
You know,
came
I
up on the
hope we
scene.
did.
I mean, I've been playing since 1986.
God, you're
Shut up. Somebody got the tape in there.
I was in 6th grade then. Thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you, it was fucking cutthroat back then. And not that you hated people, but it was just so competitive.
Mhm.
It was just different back then. And now every musician around here, for the most part, gets along, supports each other. And I have a feeling that a lot of that was because of BB's and you.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that we did that because that's what I wanted for BB's and for us. And can I just talk about the people that worked for me for a
Absolutely.
second?
Sure.
They were incredible. They
Name the
are
names.
incredible. Kat, Kurt, Shannon, Kaylee, Marvin, Carrie, Daryl, Lumpy. Who am I missing? Amy, Jeannie. Like, I had
Hannah.
best
Fucking Hannah.
I had the best human beings working for me. And we always say, Billy said one time, when we were talking about doing it again, he said, y'all had something that could never be duplicated.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's because of the souls in that building.
Yeah.
Period.
I
Their
agree.
hearts. They were selfless. They're amazing. They would have gone to hell and back if I'd have asked them to, because they knew that I would have walked right beside them.
Right.
Same thing with the musicians. I mean, all I had to say was, Ron Etheridge was in a car accident. We got to
my
help
gosh,
him.
Yes.
And they're Johnny on the spot. What do you need? I'm doing this. You're doing that. Mitch Brewer had a stroke. We got to,
Yeah.
it was not, or they would come to me. We planned a benefit in less than 7 days for a Madison County Sheriff's Office deputy that got shot. I did that from Key West.
Wow.
And get home and boom, 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 boom. It was done. These are the people that worked for me.
So are you hearing yourself? That's why people loved it.
Yes, but again,
But we, you know what I'm saying?
who's got that to give anymore out of that crew?
Yeah.
Like,
Russ, you missed it.
I
You
know.
fucked up. You missed it.
I missed the Town Creek too, but that wasn't my fault. I was just too young.
so I wish, but I don't think we would ever have that kind of magic
you're
again.
right. It's
We talked
magic.
about the magic. And so, but I always wanted every artist to feel like family. I wanted every patron, for that matter, but particularly the musicians, because that's my heart. I don't think the people are the same that come in.
No.
I don't think there are as many people that go out anymore. I do not. It's hell to be married to an artist and watch him leave everything as he's got, and give it his all, practice
Right.
at home, and then people don't give a damn. Like, for example, Shuckers, the dance floor fills up when that DJ cranks up.
Uh-huh.
These are trained. They spend hours
Yes, they do.
working on their craft, perfecting it. Who appreciates it anymore? We're from the days, you mentioned Town Creek, all the places and the live entertainment, and nobody appreciates it anymore. So it's very disheartening.
It
BB's, like that, BB's was about the music.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know if we could fill it up again. Like if we ever did, you know what I mean? Because people just don't look at it the way they did. Now, as the musicians, I love that they hung out there. I love to watch them jam there. I love to hear that. That means we got it right.
Yeah.
That's what we set out to do.
Well, there's hope. I mean, we can always hope.
We can always hope.
So.
I'm too old, Russell, but you missed it.
I know.
You missed it.
Yeah, I know.
But you did. And I think I said, you got up there and played for a benefit. And just to be a smart ass, I said, oh, I finally got part of Hurricane.
Yeah.
Or maybe y'all did a song or two. I don't know. I think I said, finally got Hurricane to play on my stage. Thanks.
Oh, God. I hate politics. Oh, my God.
But I understand it. I mean, because I participated in it to an extent myself, And more than that, I had seen what happened with my other exclusive bands who, again, approached me. And they were a baby band. And I wanted to help.
Right.
I wanted to help
Build
them.
the foundation.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I did, but I helped do something.
You did. I mean, you
I
got us.
helped you get you off that pillow or
You got us into Pelican Cove.
Pillow. The one that he was anger banging.
that one.
That was way before her, Russell.
That's
I mean, I learned how to anger bang from that pillow. I hadn't had to use that pillow since, babe. You don't make me near that angry. Plus, you got feather pillows, and them motherfuckers sticky every now and again.
They're our we babe. We have feather.
No, I'm pretty sure they're yours. I wouldn't have picked them out.
What you want?
I need something with some cotton in it. That fucking feathers just ain't. Just gonna tell you, every now and again, you get a little plume prick. Plume prick. Say that a bunch of times real fast. Plume prick.
Plume?
Yeah, it's a feather plume.
Oh.
Yeah. You like slept on a feather pillow and something stuck you in the side of the face, and you're like, damn, what is
Never
this?
experienced that.
Well, I mean, you should. You should really buy yourself a nice feather pillow.
It's gonna be my next purchase.
Yeah, it should be.
Just
Don't fuck it. Don't fuck it. Yeah. Don't fuck it.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck the feathers.
Don't fuck the feather pillow. That's going to be a bad thing. It's cotton all the way. Maybe some polyester, but you're going to get some road rash.
Some road.
I would go with the cotton.
I swear I didn't do it.
If I have anything to say, it would be to just point out.
If he has anything to say.
If I have anything to it would be just to point out.
Billy's
that
always got something.
you
Exactly.
literally just agreed with me. You
you
literally
better write it
just
down,
said,
Billy. It might not ever happen again.
Exactly. Thank you, Kathy.
Well, I know from now on that all I need for her to agree with me is to inject her with a bottle of wine.
Oh, I was wondering where you were going with that.
Inject
her.
I know.
Inject her with a bottle of wine. I don't know if I could trust her to drink it on her own.
Speaking of, what was that you brought out there? With the
That was
crazy looking thing. on
Freak
it?
show.
Freak show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It's good
it's
shit.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
May I try?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we got any left.
We
Russell.
drank it
I mean,
all. We had
shit.
2 bottles.
waiting
It's
on me.
I
gone.
told you
Yeah,
earlier
we
on,
were.
you better get you some. We
got
got Scott
drunk
some.
waiting on you.
But Scott's talented, so fuck, we'll give him some. I don't know about you. Gibberish.
Gibberish.
Gibberish. No, I was fortunate enough to be able to run sound for Russell here a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you for that. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it was really good. Really good.
I need to learn
Y'all
to
did
do
well.
that.
Is that when you
myself.
called me because you were bored?
Yeah, exactly. Like these motherfuckers are still playing in here. Oh my god, it's like a morgue. They warmed up by like minute 2 hour and 45, I guess.
Well, that was because John took like 5 hours to bring his drum set in.
Well, he did take 5 hours to bring his drum set in.
Hold on, be careful.
Thankfully-
We don't
thankfully
want to
he-
break up any more bands on this show.
Thankfully, he gets there.
No, we talk about John.
And I
all
just
the
found
time.
out about that
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was
Yeah.
today years old.
Yeah, like
Today, yeah.
apparently, this podcast is really good.
Controversial.
It breaking up bands.
Okay.
We can't mention the names.
We can't mention the
No,
names.
no. I hack on John all the time. He knows it. Hey, John, how you doing? Anyway, no.
We
he-
love
yeah.
you, John, the shirtless drummer.
Yeah,
Hurricane's
yeah.
great.
he shows up last and he leaves first and he takes his shirt off somewhere in between.
Isn't that what a
But
singer
see,
does?
Yeah.
But see, we tell him that all the time. He's not going to hurt his feelings. We're always on his ass about it.
He's a drummer. How many feelings does he have left?
He's none. No,
Like for real.
None. I mean, but he.
I didn't know drummers had feelings.
I didn't
He
either.
looks like Ronnie James. Well, he actually is Ronnie
Yeah.
James Dio.
He is
does
Ronnie
look like
James
Ronnie
Dio.
James
Whitsick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No, John's a great dude.
Johnny
He's-
James Dio.
He is. He's a fantastic drummer. He's
He is a
fun to
great drummer.
watch,
He's fantastical.
and he knows what he's doing.
He does.
He does. He
And
knows
to
how.
whom?
He knows how to run. Jason in a box, really, really well.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
When Jason's not there, what do y'all fucking run?
Oh, the TRA. Blah, 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 that.
Yeah, the track.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
run tracks because they're gay.
Yeah, well, we just started because Jason has other occupations or
Because
something.
Jason works away.
He has a wife that's also in a band, and he's like, sometimes I
yeah.
have to play in the band with my wife.
So since 2011 until 2 years ago, we did not run tracks. So, ha.
Ha ha. But now you do. Ha ha. And I have to put it in my soundboard. Ha ha. Tracks up to here. Ha ha. Yeah. Fuck you. Ha ha.
I swear you sound like Jim Cobb.
Oh.
Don't piss me off or I'll hit the suck button.
No, I mean it's like I've been in a I have been in a band. I couldn't say I'm currently in a band, but I have been in a band recently that ran tracks.
Oh,
I
Lord.
hate this motherfuckers.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
terrible.
Yeah,
God almighty, I hate
don't
them.
get off with the tracks.
I hate them.
That
God,
would
I
be
hate
a
them.
bad thing to happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're
happened,
awful.
It happened with us at Magoo's. Like Richard, I was like, "Have you ever played with a track before?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, in the studio all the time." I was like, "Cool." Oh man,
That's a little different.
in the apparently in the keyboard solo and jump, it was canceling out the frequency
Oh, of the guitar.
of the click.
Okay.
And so he totally got off with the click, and I was like, "What in the f just happened here?" It was bad.
She didn't let me smack in my gum.
So
She'd rather me smack that ass.
Are we fans of tracks?
No.
Well, I'm not, but they're
I'm
an
not either.
But
essential.
sometimes they're necessary.
Like,
They are
I mean, I get it. Yeah, like
It
sometimes
depends on what you're doing.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes if you want to play a song that has a distinctive part that is like a keyboard and you don't have a keyboard or whatever, I mean, I understand. Maybe put it in there.
You still bitch about it.
No,
I
but
still
look,
bitch. But like, I would rather learn how to figure out how to play the song
How you
without
gonna-
using tracks.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, do what
I
you
agree.
can. If it don't sound like a fucking keyboard, it doesn't sound like a fucking keyboard.
Hey,
But-
have y'all ever seen the band Mini Kiss?
Yes.
The little
you talking
midget
about,
guys?
Yes,
are you
the
talking
midget
about,
ones?
Are you talking
Yeah.
about little
They're
Pe-
midgets?
Little
Are
Pe-
they
Yes,
like
they are.
real life midgets?
They
They
are.
wait,
Yeah,
stop.
No,
literally.
There's a band
Like,
called Little Peter.
They are half the band Kiss is.
Little Peter?
Little Peter. Like Little
Yeah.
Peter
Well, I was
Chris.
watching a video of them playing Sturgis, I think last night.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, ain't none of them motherfuckers playing except the drummer.
Right.
Well, he might not be if he had mesh heads back there, too. So there's that.
I mean, there's only so close you can get bass strings together. I'm just going to tell you. So if you got little sausage fingers like that, there ain't no way you're going to be able to play.
These
one of
guys
them
playing
bass
guitars
runs.
wasn't even trying. I mean, they literally were not even trying. And it's like,
Well,
Okay,
That's
so
kind of often
can-
how I feel about watching Russell.
No, but can we talk
Like,
about
he's
that for
not
a minute?
even trying.
They're
yeah, absolutely.
obviously,
Yeah.
but so you obviously know it's bullshit, but they had a crowd, right?
Oh,
People
absolutely.
are paying attention.
But people,
What
most people
in the
don't know.
hell is wrong?
Midgets,
okay,
babe.
okay, it's midgets.
Midgets.
It's midgets.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it.
But was there midget tossing?
There
going
is an
on?
I
entire.
wanted to get midget tossing at BB's, our last St. Patty's Day parade
That
or
is so
party.
awesome.
Oh, what
Remember
were
I
we
tried
going
to
to
get
do?
midgets?
No, what we were going to do, we are going to sling them down a slide or something.
We were gonna,
See,
I don't know,
if
like
you get
midget
that-
bowling or
If you get that, you
No,
can get John
no,
Miller to come over
no.
there.
What
You
it
throw
was?
him.
No. I remember what it was distinctly. Now we were going to have like a big black pot of like yellow Jello, like it was a pot of gold. And
gonna
you
be
had to
midget
sling 'em.
wrestling.
No, it was midget tossing.
Midget? I told you it was tossing.
But you
And
had
you
to
said no.
sling them down a water slide and see if you could get them into the pot of gold.
Jello.
That's what it was. I remember distinctly.
I
now.
tried like hell to hire
I came
a
up
midget.
with that.
I'm not kidding, you did, and I tried like
Oh
hell to
my
hire a
God!
midget.
You would have
So this
had
would've
that
been like
parking
the-
lot would have been full.
Yep.
Was this the
of
Lucky
people.
Charms toss?
It was
It-
something.
Oh my
And
God!
apparently, midget wrestling
It
was
was-
big at the highway.
It is a thing. It is
Shameless, Seamus.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
again, that
Midget's
goes
name.
back to: are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
This is lunacy. This is stupid. And
But midget
that
wrestling?
brings a crowd. That
they-
brings
yeah, and they
people
won't come out for the
money, and
music.
they'll come.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Melissa.
Well, she's all right. Now she's got her earphones
She's
on.
ready.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Melissa,
Uh-huh.
how do you feel about your husband?
How do I? What?
How do you feel about your husband? Now that he's not in the shot and he's like out of the room.
He's an
Well,
idiot.
not only are we breaking bands up, we're breaking marriages
That's
up
it.
now.
And,
right.
and that's exactly what
I
Billy
aim to
said.
please.
So, and I mean, I love that man. He
Oh,
makes
yeah.
me laugh all the time.
He
and
makes
I'll,
me
all,
laugh.
He makes all of us laugh.
and you know, when you run 2 businesses, you've raised 3 kids, and your life is serious all the time.
You
Yeah.
got 3 kids?
I do.
Wow.
Yes. They don't all get drunk and drive and pop tires. Just the baby.
He may exaggerate it just a tad, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got 2 kids. I've got 2. So.
And so
Are they all girls?
I've got the oldest is a boy, and then 2 girls.
And How old are they?
29, 27, and 22.
They're younger than mine.
Mm,
They're about my kid's age.
Yeah.
yeah. So I started early, but life's just too damn serious all the
Right.
time. And
Were you born in
so-
the 60s or the 70s?
1974.
Wow.
my
God.
bad.
Mhm.
I am
What-
fucking.
what-
I didn't
what-
ask her a
what month?
specific day.
April.
Okay, I'm a May baby
hmm
for 74.
I knew that.
Wow.
hmm
So I'm the only 60s baby here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
God,
we're
I'm
ser-
old.
you're
Billy does like older women, but I'm not sure he likes them that much older. So yeah, 70, 74 right here. So I mean,
Everything was so serious all the time.
right.
Yeah.
So thanks for bringing it back. Yeah. So you just, you gotta laugh. I have to laugh. I love to just.
So did it stress you out?
COVID stressed me out.
I got
Yeah.
you. I got you.
COVID
Yeah.
fucked everything.
It did.
It really did. And let me say this. I mean, I sold it. It was profitable. It was still making money. It was it was a personal choice to say, honest to goodness, if I want a future with this man, I
Right.
cannot own this bar because it can't. I'm not the girl that can just walk away and forget about it. Now, I had great people, people that I trusted, and I was able to walk away from it when my father passed away. But prior to, I don't believe in that. I'm not.
Right.
You know, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there beside you. I'm not going to ask you to do anything I'm not going to do or that I haven't done or wouldn't do. And so it's important to me to be there. I couldn't have a Billy
But
and
Billy
a
wasn't
BB's.
the
Right.
reason, the complete reason you sold it, though, right?
He
Or
was he was. I'm telling you, he was the biggest part of
Really?
that decision
Right.
because I knew that I wanted to pursue something with him.
And
I knew
it's
that I
time
couldn't.
consuming doing that.
Correct. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You just
You can't give your whole life to both. You have to
Correct.
focus, right?
So when I say stuff like get it back going, just ignore that. The thing is I did miss it, and that was a place a musician could be a musician. You don't have to play the songs everywhere. You can do your thing out there, and I'm still a musician, even though, I drank the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean?
But you have to, Russ, to get the
To
gigs.
stay in it, yeah.
You have to. And that's what's unfortunate. And I've told Billy that, like, I love this heavy stuff y'all play. I do.
I do too.
Okay? I love it. But the masses, they don't love
don't
it.
love
No.
it.
If
They
you
don't.
don't have asses on the dance floor, you're screwing up.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Yep.
like they had some of you may refer to it as selling out. Some
Yeah.
of you
Yeah, well, yeah.
you know, but Billy, they recently played somewhere and they had a couple of 3 good songs, packed dance floor, and then they went into their lead guitarist went into something.
What was something?
I can tell you exactly what it
Please
was.
tell me.
Are we talking about Yancey?
Yancey?
Talking about the best, worst guitar player of all time.
He's the one that has a microphone to order drinks, right?
He's
That's
exactly
right.
right.
I'm a fan of his. He plays
He's-
well.
I love Yancey,
He
man.
does.
good.
He
Hey,
does.
yeah.
Hey, I even bought
So
one
he-
of his guitars that's sitting there behind y'all.
Is it? What is it?
Kind
Is
of
it?
behind you. That PV Wolfgang.
Oh yeah, that
love it.
first year quilter.
I love it.
Oh, it's a great guitar.
Man.
He, I'm not going to tell you where he got it, but
I don't know where
there
he
was a
got it.
minority woman that he absolutely
A what?
gave the hose to.
Yeah, well, he probably gave me the hose on it too, but to me it was worth it.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt it was worth it, but I can tell you, I know, I don't know that he paid $800 for it, but that's what he gave for it.
I don't doubt it.
So he either went into
He went into
Pearl Jam or Incubus.
he went
Which
into
one?
Pearl Jam. He went
Okay.
into
Pearl Jam Alive.
he went into
at that.
Alive. Yeah, we had played like some like bangers. Like we had them on the dance floor. We were just like, okay, I'm calling like 3rd and 4th set songs out. Like right now, I'm like, all right, we're going to, My Own Worst Enemy. We're going into the middle. We're going to this. We're going to this. I mean, and we're keeping them going. And then as I'm trying to call something out or I'm talking to somebody in the audience or whatever, he goes into Alive, which is like
they do great.
It's
okay,
a
and it's a
fine
great
song.
and they do it well. But guess what happened?
dance
Dance
floor
floor.
cleared.
Yep.
Yep.
So they take a break, and we had this conversation about butting out and minding my own business. It's his business, not my business. But I do try to point out things that I've said, like, here's your example.
Right.
Right? And I said, did you see what happened? He said, yeah. I said, you don't need to let him call any more songs right now. You had him out there. I mean, when I tell you packed. And like can I tell you guys, those of you that played BBs, Kevin and Billy,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hated a slow night. The last thing I want is for anyone to play to an empty room or an
Right.
empty floor.
Yeah.
Like it hurts me in my soul. And so, but I saw his face and I saw that he watched that happen.
And yeah,
So
he learned a
I
lesson.
really didn't even need to have the conversation afterwards, but it's always good to have that visual aid or that reference point. And so
Well, until you, and like we've discussed this before, until you learn truly, like, and I'm still again, relatively new in the scene and how it works.
You are a quick learner, though, by the way.
Well, I mean,
You
I have
are.
to be
Yes.
because
You
I
are.
work with
He's
idiots.
so humble. That's one of the
But-
reasons that
But
I love
even
him.
still, like, Les Beasley, Beasley,
Motherfucker.
he did tell me that it's not about what you enjoy playing; it's about what people enjoy hearing or
Right,
moving
right.
to.
Right.
And so it took me a long time to really learn what that was. Like, even though it was a tune that I thought people might move to, if we played it a couple of times and it didn't get the reaction that we wanted, we dropped it.
Yep.
And that's kind of where E9 is as a band. We still have, we know there's going to be some dead time. We know there's going to be some points where you're going to have to like, okay, well, let's just see what the sound's going to do. Let's play some generic type of things that nobody gives a shit at this point about anyway, and let's get our stuff right, and then be ready to bang when it's time. Now we're starting to move away from that because we're coming out strong, and we're going to stay strong all the way through. Because the last few shows that we've played, people are much more engaged than what they were in the beginning. So I am learning that you can't take what you think is good and apply it across the board and think that everybody out there is going to think it's good, because they're not.
100%.
They're not. It's just like you stated with Mr. Crowley.
It's
Mr. Crowley's a great song, and you'd feel like you was a badass if you played it note for note. But there might be 3 people in the room that gave a shit.
Right.
So-
Absolutely. That's it.
It's like I always used to say this about preachers and sermons, okay, or the actual teaching of it. If there's no depth in your congregation and the room is filled with people that are there to check that box
Right.
for that week, then it really, then all you get is that surfacey stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
And when these rooms are filled with surfacey people that are there for, really, you're interrupting my fucking conversation. Can
Exactly.
you turn the sound down?
Mhm.
I'm just here to get drunk with my girlfriends and shake my ass for all the guys. Can you play something that I can do
Yeah.
that to? I mean, they just want surfacey stuff.
Mhm.
That's what gets the asses moving. It's not the really technical stuff that
Nope.
challenges you guys,
Nope.
that you enjoy
Right.
playing, that, you know what I mean? And that's going
Yeah.
back to the disheartening part about
Right. And the culture's changing. Yeah.
it. Big
Well,
time.
When you engage a club, you've got not one person to please. You got to please that owner, the crowd, your musicians, because you don't want to piss them off because they'll be like, I hate doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Fuck the musician.
well, I mean,
Correct.
dude, it's
Correct.
you've got to please everybody, and that is extremely hard to do.
The main thing is the
Well, it's impossible.
yeah.
It
You're never
is.
gonna. You're never gonna.
Well, I give it my best shot.
Sure.
I give it my best
Well,
shot.
y'all have a great song selection. So
Mhm.
Well, we
Who?
need to change it up,
Them?
and we need to do this, and we need to do that. There's a few things we need to do. There is a thing called preventive maintenance.
Right.
Preventive maintenance. Is
Preventive
that what you're
maintenance.
saying?
Yeah.
but Russ, you've already
PM.
figured out what does and does not work.
Well, that's because I ripped US off. Thank you, Jeff. No, I really didn't do it all the way, but like you really want to go figure out a formula. Just go watch some of the bands that sell over and over for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I promise you, it still works. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
You might not want to play that stuff. It's like I remember, like when Chase Lexi was still with us, I went and saw him at Electric Cowboy, and he was with Downstroke then because he'd left US, and they were playing Footloose. And if you know anything about that song, it's a walking bass line. It's not. It's a good bass line, but he didn't do the walking bass line. So I was like, hey, do a little technical talk with him. He's like, nobody gives a damn. You see this crowd? Nobody gives a damn. I was like, you're right. You rode the A the whole time.
Yeah.
It actually sounded better with him doing that because it was really punchy.
Right.
So the technical stuff does not matter. And so
Yeah.
you ask me sometimes, why don't you play it right? Because nobody gives a damn.
I never
Now,
asked you why you don't play it right.
no, sometimes you have.
Oh,
But I mean,
Why?
You
When
have.
did that?
You
when?
have. I know you have.
but the thing is I can. It's just I choose not to. And it's because it's sometimes a waste of time when you're pleasing a crowd. I would rather make the crowd happy, make the owner happy, and then I can sit in my room and do some dream theater. Why not? But I mean,
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah.
going to care. I will care But I mean, all I'm doing is clapping for myself in my room.
Yeah.
Is that a golf clap, by the way?
Yeah.
No.
It's not.
No.
Crow has.
No, you do that on your nuts.
Crow played around with some songs
Thank you.
that we have, all of us in the band, absolutely love, like the Babies. We all love the Babies, and we would play like Head First, which was one of my favorite songs by them. And we play that
first. Another baby.
Yeah,
I think that's the way they're supposed to come, right?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be.
yeah. But I mean, if you've never listened to it, you really ought to listen to it. That's some rocking stuff. And we were like, well, shit, this ought to be good, And then we'd play it, and of course we're just loving it. And you end the song, and everybody's looking at you like, we don't have a clue.
What the hell is
We don't
that?
got a clue who did that fucking song.
Exactly.
And my first thought was, okay, we're dropping this one. As much as we love it, we're dropping it.
Yeah,
because you've got to have the crowd into it.
There's this has never happened, but if you had every band in Jackson pretty much play the same songs, would you have the crowd on the dance floor? I think you still would.
Yeah,
because nobody
probably
they're out there they're really not out there for us.
But they're every
Some
now and
of them
again
are.
though, like you get some of them that will play that song and they don't play it very well.
Sure, I get
True.
that. I get that.
I ain't gonna say no names.
Are you sure?
Crow.
I'm positive. No,
You know-
Crow's been phenomenal. Y'all have flown high.
Way to kiss ass, buddy.
He's good at that.
Yeah. hmm Where do y'all play next, by the way?
Here he goes.
Just
Bring you
kidding.
up, shoot you
I don't
down.
think we'll be invited back.
Yeah. Well,
I don't. if
Billy,
you-
it's
if
been
you-
nice having you on the
Breaking up
show.
relationships here too.
I'm
See?
just kidding.
breaking up bands, breaking up
I've
relationships, podcasts.
I've got at least 3 dates. You can have all of them. So don't worry about that. If you need a place to play, I got you, dog.
Hey, I may be calling you.
There's nothing like having a crow at a Pelican Cove. Wow.
You're gonna eat crow.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but like I mean, it is true. We all, everybody kind of right now that's out there, they fall into a very similar place. You either want the classics, and when I say classics, I mean it's your Journeys, it's your some of your 80s musics, and a little bit of your 90s, your Alice in Chains, your Man in a Box, that kind of stuff. And then after that, it's
The
DJ.
new Mustang Sally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
But
It's
you know
the
what?
new
I
Mustang
love
Sally.
that. I still love that song.
It's a great song. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
I
but-
mean, we got, we still do, like everybody else, like, play that funky music.
Yeah, I mean, we don't
and
do
every
that
time
one.
I bring it up to the guys, that I'm playing with now, and it's still Crow, but it's different guys. And, they're like, "Arr." I'm like, well, fuck, man, that's what puts booties on the dance
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
You got to play that stuff.
Yeah, I think I think our approach now is just going to be to take everything that is recognizable to pretty much every generation and just turn it metal. I mean,
That's a good idea.
we're gonna do YMCA Sunday. I think we play at Pelican. We're gonna do that. We've never literally never even played that song together before.
Which band?
Emergency 9.
Okay.
We're
The
gonna,
only band.
Those guys
No.
are still together.
yeah. Surprisingly, someone still hired us
Kevin's taking a shot
back when
now.
they were
Yeah, I'm
turn to
booking
fire,
our.
Billy.
This is backfire here.
But I mean, that stuff it's going to be your YMCA's, your Staying Alive, your House of Pain, Jump Around.
Wait, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees?
The Bee Gees,
Yep.
yeah. But
Oh,
it's
you
going to be
actually-
metal. It's
GBs.
going to be metal.
But
I
you're
can't
gonna
even
metal
fake
it
it.
up.
Can I ask Scott a question?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of tracks, tell us about Pop Fiction.
Yeah.
But he can't. He doesn't have a mic.
He doesn't have a mic, Russ.
He can borrow mine.
Dipshit.
No.
There you
And
go.
that's
Wait a minute.
I mean, they have tracks. They have tracks. They use some tracks.
Of course.
Yeah.
A few.
Sam's back here. He's tinkering around on his stuff.
Thank you.
Hey, wait.
Sam's a badass.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, Sam's a
Scott,
badass.
I love
y'all
Sam
tell
Green.
Scott to come in the control room. Tell him to come in the control room.
Go in the control room.
Quit showing me your titty, Scott.
I love Scott.
Scott is
I
awesome.
love his beard.
We're gonna let Scott talk.
And let me
This
tell
will
you-
be his
That's a
first time.
badass
I just want to tell you,
He's
like,
Irish.
the last time I saw Scott,
Wait.
Scott.
Let him get his earphones on so he can hear what you're saying. All right, now you
So
go.
the last time I saw Scott, all right, so like we had done Fuster Cluck, which at that time was Emergency Courtesy, and I had listened to this version of Alter Bridge Metalingus that Jack Plunkett had sent me, that was the version we were going to do live. And of course, he had it tracked out and he had all this click and shit in your ear. And so I'm listening to this version, and then like it's got on the bass, Mr. Matt Marshall. And then, the bass line starts running. And then it's like, on the drums, Mr. Scott Phillips. And of course, I listened to this fucking version 150 times trying to get it right and get the timing and everything right. Scott shows up to take pictures. Like, fucking Scott Phillips in the house. That's Alter Bridge's drummer. From the fucking song I had listened to 150 times trying to get it right. And then Jack's like, you called Scott Phillips, right? I'm like, oh, fuck. So that was my bad. I was brainwashed at the time. So it's not Scott Phillips. Everybody,
Scott.
I didn't even know that.
I know. Yeah. Thank God.
I heard Scott because nobody really, calls me out every once in a while.
Well, I'll call you.
I try to stay
out.
behind the scenes.
You were right in front of us, so you weren't behind nothing. But I did call you Scott Phillips. So I'm sorry. Good. That was Jack Plunkett's fault, and probably all of the Trulies that I had leading up to that.
Trulies? You mean neutrals? Neutral.
I think it was Trulies. Were they Trulies or were they
neutrals?
High Noons? I don't know. They was something. It was some kind of bullshit seltzer that I was drinking. It's just what got me in trouble last time I was here because I was drinking a bunch of bitch beers and
you drank a lot of them.
I did drink. I only brought 12.
He drank so many of them. He was talking in his sleep when he got home, and he stunk.
I was still being. He stunk.
He smelled like neutral, and like he'd been drinking them all night.
Well, I had. These motherfuckers here. That's what they do to you.
And he was talking in his sleep. Billy never does that. But I was messing with it. I was like, what?
She kept asking me, questions. Like she was still interviewing me while I'm asleep. That's what a sick-ass wife I have. That's somebody she said, you talking? Oh. Let me just see what the fuck I can get out of you right now.
It didn't go like
babe,
that.
What do you think?
That's okay.
What, babe? What, babe?
Well, Russell, what were you going to ask me earlier?
We were talking about the tracks and all that stuff. Does Pop Fiction run some tracks or?
Yeah, they run some tracks.
Okay.
Yeah. They run it tastefully.
It's not that bad.
It's pop music. They run pop music
but you can't do it in heavy metal, right?
Well, they do have their own version of it.
I got you.
They're all. That's what attracted me to them when I first met them. I didn't know any of them. I knew Joey. He just called me one day. Well, he just put out a post saying he wanted somebody to take pictures one time. I answered. He said, "I can't afford a real photographer. I just didn't have the. I wasn't a real photographer. I had the cheapest camera. I had a $300 camera. I faked my way through this whole thing. I'm not a photographer. I don't know what y'all are talking about. To tell you the truth. But Pop Fiction. And go back to the BBs. With Pop Fiction, I did a lot of things, but they did let me sing one song.
Yes.
What did you sing?
I sang Sail.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice.
Which, by the way,
I did shirtless.
You did. You were shirtless, and you had the cowboy hat on.
Yeah. It's not a cowboy hat. It's a straw hat.
A straw hat. Excuse me. You are. I stand corrected. However, you did, and that happens to be one of my most favorite songs ever. So thank you for that.
It's an interesting story how that started. Well, the story was I was 49 years old, and I was working at Pop Fiction, and they're always calling people's birthdays out, birthday this, birthday that. Well, it was my 50th birthday, and we're at Pop's, and nobody said a word, even cared. And it was getting close to midnight, and that was my favorite song. And at that time, I was running lights and stuff. And when Sail come on, I just always go to the front and enjoy that one song. It was the heaviest song they played at the time. And I decided that night that I was just going to sing it. If they're not going to, I'm going to make my own birthday. If they're not going to invite me up like they do everybody else, then I'm just going to do it.
That's right.
Daniel Adams, I love that man. Daniel, I walked up and I said, on stage. He goes, you can come up stage anytime. He goes, no, the microphone on stage. He hands me the microphone halfway through the song. And I finished the song. They had no idea I could sing. And then from then on, they added every once in a while.
I'm curious
just as
now.
fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were
killed
great.
it.
Can you sing for us right now?
Chorus right now.
There you go. That's way better than the singing the fucking shit on harmony at the end.
Oh, you got that
right now. I don't think anybody's
We
done
did
that
good
right.
last week, did we not?
I didn't listen to it last
was.
week yet.
We did good.
I didn't listen to it yet.
Oh yeah, with Brian.
I haven't. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I hate that
I
part.
mean, Brian sings. He sings a 3-part harmony on his own.
just on his own.
I know.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
does. I thought he was
you're
your
not.
brother.
And if you were, you wouldn't be now.
Oh, he could be my brother.
Breaking up families.
Blocked.
Blocked.
Families, marriages, bands.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got to
Yep.
hear about the band thing.
STS.
later. We're just having fun here, y'all.
That's all.
That's not what we're doing.
That's what they. That's
Now,
what,
did we ever go back and to the story of the horse?
What about the horse?
riding the horse on their vacation, or was it just Billy's story?
well, no.
Oh.
Billy had sex with a horse.
No.
No, the horse had sex
I
with
think-
me. I don't think you don't do anything.
Scott was
with a horse.
asking, did we ever go back and talk about the horse?
Yeah, we
was
get
there
her
any-
version of it.
Was there anything you wanted to say about that story?
Y'all
you
are
know?
just wanting me to talk.
Perversion or
Well, we just don't
perversion?
believe everything he said that time.
Fuck
So-
you, Scott.
You're
So-
welcome.
And the horse you rode in on.
No, he was honest. I mean, I'm just going to tell y'all, the man knew what he had done.
No.
Wait,
And so I'm allergic, and I knocked back a few rum shots and decided. Billy says, he said, or the guide came to me and he said, you're going to walk or you're going to ride? And I looked at Billy and I said, how far is it to the damn waterfall?
yeah.
And he said, what'd you say?
I don't know what the fuck I said, but he said you can't walk to it.
And so I said, okay, shot, fuck it, we're riding.
Oh, good.
So
That's
they
because you're allergic.
Put out or swim.
Yeah.
so,
Right?
right.
Well, luckily, we didn't know at the time. What they do is like these horses, they live a different life in the Dominican.
So sad.
They do. They live a different life. So they put like picnic blankets over them, and then put the saddle on top of the blanket.
Mhm.
So you really don't ever make contact with the horse, like at all.
They do that here in America too.
Well, I mean,
They
I ain't
put a
never done it.
blanket
My
and then a
grandfather had
saddle.
horses. I ain't never put no fucking picnic blanket on a horse.
Well, it's not a picnic blanket.
Well,
but-
that's what it looked like.
okay.
So they ride
I
bareback.
think you
Yeah.
want to eat off
They
of
ride
it.
Wasn't no
bareback.
fucking picnic going on where I was
Especially
going.
if you're allergic, Kev. No, you cannot eat off the horse picnic blanket.
No.
So they lead us over to where we're going to mount the horse,
Wow.
and it's like some
It sounds funny when you say it that way.
Is that not
I
what you
knew
do?
we
Is
needed her
mount a horse?
perspective on this.
You mount.
You do mount a horse.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I mean,
thank
good
you,
for you.
Kathy.
Yeah.
Well, I did too, but I still am on probation from that. I got like 6 months left.
Yeah. So they're like the concrete steps that used to go up to my grandmother's, house. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like you put in front of a double wide.
Yeah.
trailer
Something.
steps.
Yeah.
Those are not concrete.
Well, these were.
But these were
yeah,
concrete.
these were
That's why I said my
concrete.
grandmother's house. Her house was a raised foundation, and you had to go up anyway. So I get on the damn horse, and here we go. And it's muddy, it's rocky, and the trail is here, and there is an absolute drop off right
no.
here. And there's this guide smacking my horse on the ass with a switch, Yep,
Walking along with us.
walking along with me, and he's stepping in holes, and I'm going over this way toward the drop off.
The ravine.
It was
yeah.
shady as shit.
I'm
I'm just
telling
gonna
you,
tell
like
you right now.
my nerves were shot. My asshole was tight. It was my armpits were sweating. It was.
Good lyrics.
You find out
We
later,
need to
really.
write that song.
I would tell you. And so I'm like, we get somewhere. We turn a corner, and they're selling cigars and beer and postcards, and I'm like, I just want a fucking beer. I've already had 2 shots of rum. Now on a beer. Cerveza? Yes, I think I will. Billy goes and gets a cigar. This beer was like this
It's a
tall.
36-ounce beer.
It was a
Hey, I
big,
like that.
big beer.
Yeah.
So I drink the beer. They're like, you cannot take to the waterfall. And I'm like, well, can I walk to the waterfall with the beer? So we walked to, no, they wouldn't let me finish it. You're right.
You had to finish it.
I had to finish it. So I guzzled this beer. So we get to the waterfall and I'm going, how in the hell did we get here? I'm supposed to be snorkeling on an island and drinking a drink, anyway. So that was the deal. The guy's like, then you had to walk. You get off the damn horse and you had to walk a million miles to the damn waterfall. He's like, you want to go swim? There's like 862 people in this pond, in this waterfall.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go swim with 862 strangers. And no, I just want to drink my beer. And well, I was done. I want another beer. So we go back up the damn hill, get on the horses again, and then we're done. Then they're going to feed us lunch. I don't know what it was. I have
remember.
No idea. Well, I remember I had cabbage.
You remember cabbage? It was
with
spaghetti.
a little. It was
spaghetti.
like a little.
It wasn't your spaghetti, baby.
It
I'm
was
just
a
gonna tell you.
little angel hair shaved cabbage with this lime cilantro dressing. It was quite nice. Billy was eating something that I couldn't even identify. That's fine. He ate it. He's still
It was
alive.
dog. You said it was dog.
That's what I said. You have to watch the video.
Chihuahuas.
And so, anyway, then I drink more because it's just been that kind of day.
Yes.
So then we get to this island where it just
No,
rains.
wait a minute. You forgot. So they put us.
The cigarettes we get in the
they
bus.
They put us on these military transport trucks with these wicker chairs.
Yeah, they do.
Drilled in them. And they take
That's
us
true.
back down to the place where we started from when the boat landed.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
To another pavilion with more food.
Yeah. So there we were at another pavilion. It was This was literally like 35 minutes later. We come to another pavilion with the
like
exact
the
same
ones you
lunch.
rent at the state parks. You know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
for the family reunions?
It's the exact same.
All right.
It's the exact same spread.
All right. The
Literally.
exact same food.
Exact same
Except
food.
this time, he eats more dog, and there's no cilantro lime stuff for my
no.
cabbage. Because
Yeah.
that's the only thing I was eating, because that's the only thing I could identify.
Right.
But this is the second meal we've had within an hour. Gourmet is how they
How they
sold
put it. Yeah.
It was not.
No. No. It was not.
So then
Fuck.
when I drink, I smoke more than normal, and when I'm angry, I of course smoke more than normal. And so I smoked all of our cigarettes. I think he had joined me because he wasn't exactly a happy camper either. So we needed some cigarettes. So we go into this store, and they have the cutest little pack of cigarettes. It's like that wide and that long, and it's got like 5 cigarettes in it. So we buy 2 because that's 1 pack.
Mm-hmm.
So we give her money in pesos.
No, I think we gave it.
No. We had pesos.
Must have.
No. I'm sorry. We did. We gave her American dollars. She gave us the change in pesos. She gave us the exact amount that we gave her.
Yeah, but like 50. She gave us like whatever $50 in pesos is. She gave us that back for the $50 that I gave her in cash.
Correct. So the cigarettes were free.
Yeah, essentially. But then
So-
we got home with pesos that we had nothing to fucking do with. So
That's why we have to go. We're going to go
I
back.
bought $50
So we
worth
can
of
spend
cigarettes
money.
eventually. Essentially.
So
Shit. Now that I
anyway,
think about it, I'm upset.
it was just so. Then we get to the island. It's raining. I'm still drinking. We're walking around looking, and I was shit faced by the end of the day. We were stranded. And then they send a party bus for us, except we were not in the mood. I was
All the
not
party.
in the mood to
All
party.
The party.
I was
No, look.
Hold on. I was cold. I was wet. I was starving.
And
I had
pissed.
only TT'd once that day, which meant that I had not consumed near enough alcohol.
Dehydrated.
I was dehydrated. Did I say I was starving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
but,
I had only eaten those 2 little piles of cabbage.
but let me tell
all
you,
day.
like what she's talking about, the party bus that
It was
showed
a
up.
straight up party bus.
The party bus was a party bus, but it was an entirely Spanish speaking party bus. So all of the music,
And again, he doesn't speak Spanish. You
all of-
understand, right?
all
That's
of
how
the-
we ended
all
up
of
in
the
this mess.
TV. I mean, like we watched Death Race that was dubbed in Spanish the entire time. Like, you ain't lived and you seen Jason Statham try to be a badass with, and then,
it was like there was a
mumbling
delay in it, you know.
Yeah, I'm
and
like, I don't think that's the way he said it on the real movie.
so then they start playing
It's like Spanish techno. Oh my God.
the whole way.
Oh, no. Spanish techno.
The whole 2.5 hour way back. Wait.
Wait. I mean, it's just, I was fucking awful.
It was terrible.
It was awful. It was hell. We were in hell.
We were in hell.
We were in
So
hell.
are you going back?
No.
He
Ever.
won't go back.
I told you last time I was here, never go to the motherfucking Dominican Republic as long as you live. Ever.
So-
Ever. Fuck you, Dominicans.
So here's what I said.
I hope y'all look at it.
I said, Billy, look, I had a plan. I was going to buy a place in Belize, and my dad's friend was like, "No, you'll come to Punta Cana. It's better.
Well,
it's
your
better."
dad's friend's not Spanish, but
Well,
you said it like he was Spanish.
Did I?
Yeah, you just said, "Oh, my dad's friend was like, oh, you come to Punta Cana."
That's what he said.
No, he didn't say it like he was fucking Spanish.
Did I sound Spanish?
Yes, you did. You sounded Spanish.
He said, "No,
when
you
you
come
listen
to
to this
Punta
podcast,
Cana."
he said, "Oh, you come to Punta Cana." I mean, like, no, motherfucker ain't
That's
Spanish.
how he says Punta Cana.
He's a white dude. He says
He is a white dude, but he has
you
a-
ought to
he-
come to Punta Cana. That's the way the
That's not
motherfucker
what
said
he
it.
said.
He
He's
said,
not a redneck.
he's-
He's just white.
Well, he's a lot more redneck than he is Hispanic. I'm just going to tell you right now.
So anyway, I was like, "Okay, Billy, do you want to go to Chris's place in Punta Cana? Punta Cana?
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana? I'm there in that there Dominican
Punta Cana.
Public.
Punta Cana.
Public. Republic. Oh, no. You want to go?
You kick her in the pussy, you Punta Cana. Yeah.
Anyway, so Billy's like, "Well, if you're really thinking about buying a place, we should go live like the locals." So I don't care how much bitching he does about this trip. It's all his fault.
It was my
because That
fault.
is what he said.
There ain't
to
no
me.
doubt it was my fault.
I was going to take us to a resort in Belize. I was going to take us to a resort in the Dominican. In Punta Cana.
Let me tell you.
Over there.
Let me tell you something. Just like I tried to explain to her at one point, but she was too fucking dense to understand it.
Hold up, Mr. Allen.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you like fucking that pillow.
Oh, I do. That feather pillow right now. That feather pillow.
Oh, yeah.
I told her, and I will say it again, repeatedly, anything that I am involved in is gonna be a fuck up.
Well,
Anything.
no.
Our marriage, what day we get married? October 7th. What date the damn World War III start? October 7th. Because goddamn Gaza.
Nobody has said that we're in World War III yet.
Well,
However,
they have, but we
I
just
will
don't
say,
know it. But,
so
like,
Billy had never been out of the country. I had a bunch of points, so I fly as first class, right? So really,
anything I'm involved in.
we get on the plane, and Billy orders a
Bloody Mary.
and I ordered a mimosa. What did my drink come?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes, yours came
Before
immediately.
we took off,
Immediately.
here came my mimosa, and
I never got mine.
no, he didn't. Then they
Why?
they serve us lunch, and Billy's like, "Can I just?"
So
have
what would you like to
this is
eat?
my
I was like, I just
fucking
love
Bloody
this
Mary."
fucking Bloody Mary I ordered 2.5 hours ago.
He's like, "It's me, babe. Everything."
Everything.
And remember now, we're just dating during this time.
Yeah.
Right? His first trip out of the country.
most
couldn't have
beautiful
been worse.
beach in the world. Most beautiful beach in the world.
So I was on the second
Great
trip out of
water.
the country, right?
Yes.
Oh, and
yes.
how'd that one work out
I'll
for
never
you,
go
Russ?
fucking get at that either.
Look, Billy wouldn't come out of the room. So Billy,
wouldn't.
y'all don't understand. Billy doesn't people. And I really,
I certain
understand
people.
that.
I'll certain people, but I ain't.
Hold up.
right.
The Dominican was another one of those places that I really couldn't relax because I used to go when I was young. We go to Grand Isle. You know, Grand Isle wasn't really like the beach or the Gulf, but technically it was. And you could kind of get out there and around, and you could get out in the surf and do this, that, and the other. Got to the Dominican. It's unseasonably seaweedy.
Unseasonably. I mean, like
Would you like to do a Monsters of Rock?
a Monsters
Yes,
of Rock.
I would. I'll answer for him.
You
We're
know,
there.
let me
Let's
just tell
do
you,
it.
Russ.
It's expensive,
Let
but worth the money.
Let me explain this to both of you.
I'll save up for it.
Again, because I don't think you truly understand what I'm trying to explain to y'all. You can do whatever the fuck you think is going to be fun and exciting and exhilarating and this, that, and the other. If I am involved in it, it's going to be a fuck up.
That is not.
It is
true.
the truth. I don't
Russell.
give a shit if it's Skid Row's going to be on this damn Monsters of Rock cruise or whatever. Somebody will die.
Don't say that. But
Somebody will die.
I can
I'm just-
attest to it.
I'm not going to kill them, but
since
I'll be the reason they die.
I've been since he has been in my life.
It's been a constant fuck up.
Everything.
Everything.
It doesn't
That
matter
is so
what it
hard
is.
for me to believe.
No. I'm just telling you.
I mean it. Like, it started out with our first Thanksgiving. I burned not one, but 2 homemade cheesecakes.
She
and
never
sent 'em
burned
both
anything
home.
in her life.
Have not. But I've been making, like, that's my specialty dessert. Mitch Brewer took them home and ate them, but they tasted
And
like
then he had a
smoke. They were
stroke.
burnt. And then he had a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
I mean, I don't know if that was a
The
reason.
First
but, like,
vacation I ever took Billy on, Mitch was my best friend. Mitch had a stroke.
mhm.
What else?
On a vacation.
You name it. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I can vouch for this, that ever since Billy and I have been together, there's something that might be a horse instead of snorkeling. It might be a mimosa arriving and not the Bloody Mary.
You could have Stace and Cassie on your honeymoon.
Oh, yeah. We did. We took Stace and Cassie on our honeymoon.
I did.
They joined us later in the week.
I did. Fuck them shucks. Fuck them shucks. I'm just going to tell you right now.
How long have y'all been married? How long y'all been together?
Almost
than
a
a
year.
year.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
About almost as long as the Jews have been fighting the Palestinians. October 7th. That was our wedding date.
But how long from dating? How long have y'all been together?
3 years.
That's debatable. That's
Oh,
debatable
God.
on her end. I say
From
that
the
it
time
was
she asked you to do the slide it in thing.
well. That was before our technically. We
No, it's
we went
when
to,
it's
we
at
went to lunch. But
McBee's.
November
and-
8th.
And we
November 8th.
and I got
2000.
COVID, and I'd
Yeah.
been all over him in the parking lot and in my car and whatever. And
Skin her knees all up. And
I
shit.
did. He brought me Neosporin and an orchid.
That's right. She killed the orchid. She still got the Neosporin. Don't know how that worked out. You'd think you'd have used the Neosporin and still had the orchid by now, but you know. Okay.
But I look. I had COVID, and I went to my daughter's room and I said, "Listen, I don't need you to make this weird, but Billy's gonna come over." And she was in the shower, so she had like pulled the curtain back, right? And she went, "Blue-haired Billy,"
'Cause
and I was
yeah.
like, "Yes," because his hair was always blue.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, "But Mama, you're sick." I'm like, "He says he's had the shit. It'll be fine. We're gonna sit outside," and we did. But I mean, he didn't get it. But
You were like the first person to ever get COVID, weren't you?
I was early, yeah.
But you didn't get sick with it. You told
Well,
me,
no, I never
yes,
got
he
sick.
did. He threw away all his porno magazines and
Well,
all that. He
I
thought he
will
was
say,
gonna
no,
die.
I'd say
What a
this.
crime.
I'll
yeah,
say
that's the
this.
story I heard.
No, what happened? Yeah, let me
You
explain
told
how
me-
this goes.
Fleshlight. You threw
I
all
didn't
the
have a
things away.
flashlight. I didn't have a flashlight.
Keep on, you might need to get one.
I mean, I will probably get
Exactly.
one. But no, I'd had the flu like 5 months before, and I literally thought the flu was going to kill me. Like, in 4 hours, I went from like a vibrant, healthy individual to I'm going to die. And like I said, so it was bad. But COVID was different. Like, I remember I was playing golf with some members, and I had walked 18 holes. 18 holes is about 5.5 miles. I carried my bag, didn't have no problem. And when I got done and got home, I felt like I just feel kind of iffy. So I had a little bit of fever, went to sleep, no problem. Got up, didn't have any fever. Went to Kroger and was doing some shit shopping, and I went to like yawn or take a deep breath, and I felt like I had a pine cone in my lung. And I was like, gosh, damn, this feels kind of awkward. Other than that, never felt bad at all. But after I had sat my ass in my house for 2 weeks and watched COVID death, COVID death, COVID death, COVID death, COVID death, all on my phone. I'm like, this is it. This is it. I'm going to die. Like, I mean, I finally got paranoid to the point where I'm like, I just, and people can't find, they can't find me like this. They can't find this shit. I'm just throwing away shit and just like cleaning my house. I'm like, well, if they're going to find me dead, they're going to find me with, clean shit. And I called the doctor the next day. I'm like, I need some cough syrup or something. She gave me some cough syrup. I was fine after like 2 days.
Then you went back
With a
and bought
clean
more
house.
porno,
With a
right?
clean house. Yeah, no porn. I'm like, God damn, I got
and
no
no
porn no
fleshlight.
more. No, I got nothing no more. I got to do this shit by memory now. God damn, this is tough. I don't have to do that for you, babe. I know what every curve, every bump, everything feel like. So if you ain't there, it's just like you are there.
I love you, babe.
I love you more.
I mean, this is so sweet.
Ain't it though?
It's a
Ain't it
moment.
though?
Ain't it though? It's so sincere.
An enchanted moment.
Never.
This magic.
Can I tell you
Magic
something?
moment.
There is zero romance in this relationship. None.
It's
None.
all lust.
That can't be true.
100%.
No,
There ain't
it's not even that. It's just humor.
What the fuck,
Oh
babe?
God, it's true.
It's humor
And
for sure.
It is. It's so and I always he's like I always tell him I don't know when to take him seriously or
Never.
because there's just never exactly never. Here we are, but I will say he is very subtle in his romanticism. Like so, I say there's no romance, but it's very sweet. It's very endearing. It's little things like animal crackers that my dad used to buy me that he had no idea that my dad used to buy me that I loved. Talk about a God thing. And I'm just telling you, but for the most part, it's all humor. All of it. Every last bit of it, even during sex.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. I mean, because little dicks are funny. It's like midgets. Everybody laugh at a good midget. You got a midget dick, everybody laugh at it. I just want to throw it. I just want to see what I can do with it. Just throw it. Make it dance.
That was wonderful.
That was terrible.
Good night, everybody. We appreciate y'all.
Good night. Thanks for being here, guys.
Right,
And
well,
Melissa.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're going to do it again soon.
Indeed, we are.